All right, everybody, we are live a little bit earlier than expected. That's okay. We were getting a little bit too hype from the day's events. Here we go. Who do we got on the other side here?
Well, hello everybody. As usual, you have your boy Jason over here, but I want to introduce somebody very special to the cast today. Somebody that we've been anticipating for a very, very, very long time, and his name is Clint, and he's got a little segment called Clint's Corner that we'll be getting into a little bit later. But Clint, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, player?
Well, first of all, gentlemen, I want to thank you all for having me on here. I think it's unique to be able to put yourself out there, to have the courage and the audacity and the intelligence to line up these kinds of things, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And
Well,
I
we're glad
hope
you're here.
I hope people judge all the time,
Always.
and hopefully I don't get too crazy, but that's kind of who I am. So
It's funny you say
I'm
that.
ready to explain it to everybody that it's all right to work hard and play hard.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, when we first started this cast, you know, you go back and you watch yourself a little bit, or you listen to yourself, and you're like, oh, you know what? I should change this, or I should change that, or I should act like this, or I should act like that. But you know what? The secret is just be yourself. You know, that's what I've learned, and that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I want you to do, baby. So just be yourself.
Yeah,
Talk to the
and some
mic,
people
though.
I can't wait to get it.
some people are going to be a little upset with me.
That's okay. That's
And-
okay. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get the people that hate you. You're gonna get the people that love you. You're gonna get the people that like you. You're gonna get the people that, you know, sort of just don't know yet.
Especially mom. Mom, I love you,
Oh, mom's gonna love you regardless, dude. Don't even say
and
that.
I'm sorry for everything I'm about to tell the world.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Well, it looks like we're gonna
With-
get a
with
little
an-
some secrets,
with an-
some sensitive materials. I'm
With
looking
an
forward.
entrance like that, I swear to God, there better be some rabbits in the hat that we'll be pulling out here today. But first,
Well, like
guys,
always,
what are you drinking? What are you drinking now?
like always in the beginning of the cast, we always like to just, you know, say a little toast. Now, today is
Right
Sunday.
here.
It's 4:25. We started a little bit early.
We're
We
5
just got
minutes
done
off.
with the Seahawk game, and unfortunately for me and Matt, the Seahawks did lose, and we are heartbroken. I'm not even gonna lie, but we're here. We're in it to win it. We still love our Seahawks. We always will. That's why I'm still repping the shirt, and you know, on to the next round of the playoffs. It looks like.
So tell me, in your mind, what could we have done better besides the obvious, besides the whole fact that we went 31-0 in the first half? Tell me what we could have done better as a team to try to pull out that victory today.
Well, the thing is that, you know, what I've noticed watching, you know, this season very, very closely is that for whatever reason, we have an issue playing not so great in a wet environment. So whether the turf is wet, the grass is wet, you know, it's raining, it's snowing, whatever it may be, it seems like we don't have the right, I don't know what it is. We don't have the skills. I don't know what it is. You know, there's times where Russell Wilson will be dropping the ball. That didn't happen today, but there's times where Russell Wilson will be dropping the ball, or he'll be slipping and sliding. Same with Marshawn Lynch, and that did happen today with Marshawn. Every time he grabbed the ball, he was slipping. He was going down 1 yard, 2 yards. He wasn't getting nowhere. I feel like either we need to change where we practice, because, you know, where we do practice, it is a covered environment. So I don't know if that hurts us or helps us or what. But we need to get that under control, because for whatever reason, at the very beginning of the game, we went 31-0 in the first, you know, half, and that just shouldn't have happened. That bottom line, whether we stopped them in the second half and came back, it shouldn't have happened. That was just too much. So you can go over all the little things that we could have done in the second half to win it, but it shouldn't have been there, you know?
Clint, what kind of take you got on this?
Seattle dug themselves a huge hole, and you have to keep one person protected the whole game, and he has to have confidence. And if he doesn't, you're not going to win. If you put Tom Brady on his back, the Patriots will lose. Same goes for Aaron Rodgers. And in the beginning of the game, Russell was put under attack at all times. He was hit, he was sacked, and when he threw his interceptions, he was hurried or got hit when he threw it. And you're not going to win like that.
That's definitely true. And you know what? Give it up to the team for trying to come back to 31-0. You know, my answer to the question is, in that first half, I feel like if we would have gotten away with 3, you know, we had a point in the game where we would have kicked a 3-pointer, gave the ball back with 2 minutes left with the potential to get the ball back, which, assuming how the game went, we would have gotten the ball back. If we would have came out the gate with 3 on our side, we would have, you know, like I said, been closer. At least right now, we would have been 27-31. And at least with a different opportunity, the game had a different outlook at that time. And I give it up to the Seahawks, though. I mean, I feel like no other team would have came back from 31-0.
Oh, no way.
You know,
it kind of bothers me that happened, though, at the same time, because it's like, you know, the second half, there was no scoring on Carolina's part whatsoever. Nothing. I mean, couldn't even get a field goal, nothing. And for whatever reason, we couldn't stop them at all in the first half. Now, I want to know what happened in the second half. I want to know if we went, you know, back in the locker room and you know, Pete Carroll gave a motivational speech of his life that pumped these guys up. I want to know if they either changed their cleats. I want to know what happened, because for something happened in that second half that totally changed the game. And I want to find that out.
Well, you know, we're traditionally, as a team, we're a second half team. I mean, You hear about all the locker room, you know, talks, and just when you see over to the sideline right before the half was ending, I mean, you got Michael Bennett just yelling at Bobby Wagner saying, you got to step your shit up, you know, and I'm over here with whoever I'm watching it, and they're like, oh man, you're never gonna win a title when you're yelling at your teammates like that. And then I just respond with something like that, like, that's how we work. You know, when greatness is versus greatness, you don't treat greatness like a child. You treat them like a grown man. You know, you say to them, hey, you need to pick your shit up. You need to, you know, hang your hat on a different stand, and you need to turn around and you need to get that shit going. And that's what I feel like we did. I feel like that whole locker room conversation was Pete saying, guys, you just want to go away with a 31-0 and just say, hey, we weren't good enough today, or do you guys want to take it to him? And I feel like we definitely answered the question. What do you think?
I think so too. I definitely think so. And they had me on the edge of my seat, you know. They gave me everything that I could have ever asked for, put it that way. So I feel very confident. I feel very satisfied with the way that they played and handled themselves. I didn't want it to be the first half all over again, the second half, believe that. So that would have been heartbreaking. But the way it went down, I had, you know, I still have high hopes, and I look forward to, you know, this coming up season.
All right. Right now, I just want to say we got 6 viewers instant. We just want to say thank you. We want to say what's up to the cast. We want to say go Seahawks, on to another year, and we're getting ready to pop this bottle. Are you ready?
We definitely are. So like I said in the very beginning, so there's something we typically do on every cast, and that's to do a little cheers, and that cheers is right now. So to APP, to Matt, to me, to Clint's Corner. Let's do this, dude. Cheers.
APP.
And the fans. Let's not forget them. We appreciate you. And hopefully you guys at home are, you know, drinking a little something and hanging out a little bit and just kind of having a nice little Sunday, because that's what it's all about.
What's the score in the Pittsburgh game right now?
You know, that's a good question. I could probably check that out for you right now. Here, hold on. I don't have
It's 18-13 Broncos.
Oh, okay.
18-13 Broncos.
Oh, I was kind of hoping that
I wonder if they took Manning out. Do you think they took Manning out?
I feel like it would be the number one
First
headline.
Half 6-7. I don't know. I was saying if he didn't score, most likely they might take him out. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like they left
32 yards.
Oh, okay.
No, he's in.
Still in there.
He's in. He did it.
Oh, it's fourth quarter. It's 3 minutes left.
Oh man. Okay.
I got 9 points, so I'm feeling pretty good.
All right, here's something I got to know. For the 2 dudes on the other side of the camera, I mean, how'd you guys meet? I mean, give me the story, give me the lowdown, a little bit of the background, give me a little bit of the biography here.
I'll throw it down. So I want to say it was back in 2010, maybe.
Could have been, yeah.
I think it was about 2010. Now, here we are in Orange County, California, and we have the Angels as our baseball team, closest baseball team. So there's some new apartment complexes that were being built. I mean, basically look like luxury condos. So me and my wife decided to move into them, and so did my boy over here. So we met, I think, one day, like either at the pool or over at our neighbor's house. And it's kind of funny, like when we first met, because in the beginning, Clint didn't like me at all. I think he wanted to like beat me up or some shit. He didn't know I had these though. You know what I mean? So it's like, no. But no.
Wait a
so what
second.
happened was-
Wait a second. Let me ask Clint. Like, how'd you feel about Jason at first? Like, did you really like? Was it how he said? Did you want to beat him up or what?
Matt, you want to know something that's funny? I've noticed this the older I get, and it's a deficiency I have. And whenever I meet somebody that can rival me or is somewhat of an alpha or an attention getter, a fun person, a great person to be around, at first I struggle not having the torch. So Jason had an unbelievable vibe. He was hilarious in his, short wit and quickness, and just how he delivers is what makes him hilarious. And at first, it made me feel inferior. So I didn't want to fight him whatsoever. I don't fight anyone. I never will. I never have. But I was.
You had your guard up a
So
little bit.
let's lay the story down. We'll break it down piece by piece. Okay. So we have a neighbor, and that neighbor super into sports, super into watching games, having margaritas, having a good time, and we're all over there, right? So it was the day of the Kentucky Derby, and here I come walking through the door, and Clint's there, sitting on the couch watching the Derby, all stoked, right? And here I come walking in, and at the time, all I cared about was UFC, and I think a UFC fight was actually on a little bit later. So I walk in, and I was like, the hell is this Kentucky Derby, on TV right now? And I look over at Alan, or the guy that we were over at, his house. I'm like, what is this? And he's just like, oh, dude, well, that's, Clint loves this. I was like, okay. I ain't about the Kentucky Derby. I wasn't. Let's just say that. I wasn't about the Kentucky Derby. So I kind of made it known at the time, and only because I didn't know anything about the Kentucky Derby. I just didn't know. I was unaware. And, not knowing that Clint is, from Kentucky, and that's a huge part of his life, which if I was from there, I would probably have the same exact feeling, and I would be just as upset. So, I got pulled aside a little bit. I was like, yo, you need to stop with the, dog in the Kentucky Derby thing. Cause, it's kind of, it's upsetting, a couple people. And I was like, oh, okay, my fault. I just thought, we were in here to kind of get into fighting and, watch the fight or whatever, but no, that's cool. But anyway, so fast forward after that, dude, me and Clint, like boys like crazy, right? Boom.
All
See?
day.
It was all downhill from there, but you need those kind of things in a relationship. I feel anyways, you're always going to have ups, you're going to have downs, you're going to have middle ground, you're going to have all that. And it's all one big circle to have, a great relationship in my book. And to me, this guy, I hold him, very dear to my heart, and he's one of my bestest friends, and he'll always be. So, that's why Clint's Corner is a part of this show, and he will be a part of the show. And
wait, I thought I only got one show. I thought it got
fired.
So before we started the show, we got to say he did spill his drink on my desk, and I told him this was his last show, unfortunately. So yeah, he's right.
But
I'm bringing him back.
I forgot I had headphones on, and
headphones are connected.
I'm gonna touch one time,
and he just knocks over his drink, and it goes all over everything. So we're back, though. We're back. He's back in it. He's back on the good side.
All right, I got one comment from a viewer that my hat is killing it right now.
Wow.
Champs, one of my friends. It's actually first time of him tuning in. He goes, what's APP stand for? I was like, oh hell yes, a person's perspective. Let me drop it on him. And he's like, hey, our shit sounds super clear. So that's good, man. We're out here doing it. All right, who's got the first topic? Lay it on me.
Okay, well, since this is Clint's corner.
No, put me on the
Okay,
spot.
I'm not going to put him on the spot, but I'm going to put him on the spot. So what I want, and I'm going to kind of, just give you a little brief rundown of what Clint's corner is. To me, Clint's corner, what I just explained to you as far as how I hold this guy dear to my heart, this guy has a life that most people would either not believe or be very envious of. And I love him for it, because when I hang out with the guy, I'm taken to another world. It's, for me, the reason that I'm attracted to this guy so much is he's different. He lives different. He acts different. And it makes me strive to be something different. And that's what I'm all about. So I wanted him on the show to be able to, explain some of the things that he gets to experience or what he's interested in, because like I said, his life is on a completely different level. And I love that. So he's got a couple topics that he wants to talk about. And we're going to get into that.
The intro is strong here. All right.
We'll get into it slowly. We'll get into it slowly.
We got time.
Because I want to make sure that people come back and listen next time I come around.
All right. What do you got for me, dog? I'm ready.
Well,
and let me hang on real quick before you go.
Jesus.
I know. But it's okay, because like I said, we got time.
We got plenty of time, baby.
Just so everybody knows, though, this is the very first podcast that I did absolutely zero research on. I have nothing written down. This is strictly,
so if it sucks, it's on me,
basically. So I'm just letting everybody know, dude, this is your guy right here. It's just,
I just want to say that I rock it that way every cast. So it's
which I love.
It's way more fun. It's way more fun that way. Just speak what comes to the heart, man. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's just always the best way, right?
Absolutely. So this will be the first time that I do it, and I'm actually very excited for it. But Clint, let's go ahead and get into one topic, whatever you choose. I know you got a couple things.
First topic.
Let's go one topic, and then we'll kind of talk about it a little bit.
Well, I mean, the first thing I want to say is that hopefully I like to set a good example. I like to always be positive, and I always like to work hard. And hopefully what I bring to the corner is the single life, right? We got a married man with a fur baby. We got an engaged couple that are deeply in love.
Baby.
With a real baby.
We're talking about you, baby.
Yeah.
With a real life one. Okay.
Oh, what?
Not so much fur on that one.
No, not yet.
Well, you don't want them to have that.
Yeah.
And then, from my perspective, I like to surround myself with, the best people I can, because essentially the 5 people closest to you will either bring you up or bring you down, and that's who you are. So having a positive outlook.
That's almost a topic in itself.
Well, then shoot, run with it.
Dude, how many people in this world take the first 5 people in their life and do not look at those people like that's where I'm going in life? Like meth heads, crack addicts, they look around and the first 5 people they can see or they can talk to, that's people that are bringing them down. That's further people. Like, man, you two are 2 of the dudes in my front 5. You know what I mean? And we're going up. We're going to the stars right here.
That's it.
And if you miss, at least land on the moon.
Oh,
yeah, there you go. Oh my God, little perspective coming from Clint's corner here.
Dude, Clint's corner's in the building.
All right, take me there, Clint.
All right, so
take me there.
Clint. Let's go. What you got?
Well, I mean, like I said,
we're rocking that single life.
Right.
That single life.
It's a different life.
Let us know about it a little bit. Tell us an average week in the life of Clint's corner.
Number 1, it's expensive.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely expensive. I can't hang out with this.
Expensive, number 1. All right.
I'm like, yo, look, here's the thing. I got some other stuff going. I don't have anything going. I can't afford it, dude. I just don't want to say like, yo, unfortunately, thing is, me and Jess, we got this like thing to do, and can't reschedule it. But
no.
Like, oh man, dang, he's eating lobster. He's over here on the freaking spaceship and whatnot. Must be
This
nice.
is the
That's
same
what I love.
fucking thing. Literally, I was watching a Kevin Hart comedy last night, and he was like, "Man, I don't hang out with Dwayne Wade anymore."
Oh, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite
Hey,
part.
yeah.
Right? He's
Something
like,
about the
"No,
credit card?
he's like my bank account.
The way my
See,
bank account's set up.
Yeah.
here's
Thing
what
is, I gotta
happens
check.
is shit's in the savings,
I got all the
and
money in the
when I transfer into my check, it takes 3 days. You know, it's like
Right. He was like talking about Dwayne Wade and how like he's like, yo, we're gonna go to the club, we gonna get bottles, and we're just gonna ball out. And he's like, all right, it's on, we're gonna do it. So they do it, and they go ball out. He gets the bill, and it's like thousands upon thousands of dollars, and he's just like, oh my god, right? Next morning, he wakes up, gets a call from Dwayne Wade, like, yo, we gonna go back to the club, we gonna get bottles, and we gonna do this shit all over again. That's when Kevin Hart's like, thing is, where my bank account set up is I gotta check it into savings, and all the money's in the savings, and it takes a while to get that out. It's so great, dude. But yeah,
is that the life of being Clint's Corner's friend here?
oh, that's it, bro. It's it, dude. It's Kevin Hart and Dwayne Wade right here.
Oh hell no!
And that's something I do want to get into later is, you know, how to invest properly and maybe take a little bit of risk and make a little bit of money when you can.
Well,
but
fuck
let's go back.
later.
Let's go back.
There's
Hang
no hold on. There's no better time than now. Okay. What do you mean about investing? What do you got for us? Let's drop a couple dimes for the audience here right now.
well, I mean, number one, if you have a company that you work for, make sure there's a 401k. Make sure you're maxing it out, and make sure that if I'm broke, which I am, I won't be when it comes down to it, because I have a 401k that I've put maxed out for 8 years now. And when it comes down to when I'm 65, it'll be a nice chunk of change, right? So,
But here's the thing. So this is something that we talked about on our last podcast, or actually not the last one, but a couple of ones back, is about retiring at 65. Now, do you think that with a 401k that you started however long ago, do you think by 65 that you will have enough in there to be able to retire and live the way that you want to live? That's just a question that I ask myself all the time, and it's a question I can ask you right now, and I'd like to know your opinion on it.
I think I got to be careful what I say here. I think, yes, if you do it properly, you will be fine. It depends how you grow, how you get older, what you cherish. If you want to travel the world and have oysters and champagne everywhere, then maybe not. But if you want to retire in a, you know, beautiful house in Fort Myers on the golf course and, you know, play golf every day and stay in your backyard for the most part, sure, you can, you know, and that's why, you know, I add 401k, I max out an IRA, a Roth IRA, you know, those kinds of things. And what you always tell me, which is fantastic advice, and sometimes I forget, is real estate
Ball
in
out.
California is the best in the world, baby. And
Absolutely the best.
I can't say that I'd be anywhere near where I am right now if I didn't buy and sell in California.
Well, so where does Clint's Corner want to be when he's retired? You know, you said, hey, if you want to be oysters and champagne, if you want to be in your
Yeah, that's me.
backyard next to
That's not everybody
You
else.
want-
That's me.
Yeah, when he says
Oh,
it
okay.
depends on what you want to live like, and he says like the oysters, that's his life, and then everything else is everyone else's life. So we gonna get the golf course, maybe
Chilean
we may
sea
be able to
bass.
play once a month if we play our cards right. You know what I mean? If somebody else like likes us enough to get us a membership or just bring us on, we might be able to play. But Clint's Corner is gonna be over there with the oysters and rock.
Are you making reservations already? You want me to get you on the course?
I mean, if you could, that'd be great, you know, because yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have much. No, because
No, you will.
here's the thing.
You will.
Here's the thing. So, you know, I also have a 401k and I also max it out, and you know, you
Very
make,
smart.
you have an adequate amount of money, but by the time I'm 65, to be honest, that 401k is probably gonna have a couple $1 million in there, maybe. To me, that's just not enough. Not by 65, and especially as time goes. I mean, that's for me. That's another what, 35 years? So, or 33 years. that's a long time to go by. You know, you don't know what's going to change. What, you know, price of oil is going to
Inflation.
change, inflation,
Right.
cost of living, all these things are going to change. So I really don't think $2 million is going to get you very far, especially people are living longer now. You know, healthcare is getting better. You know, people are going to start living to 90s. Like my wife's grandfather is 99 years old. He's turning 100 next year. It's like, dang, that's a long time to go. So if you
Yeah,
got
but
dollars by the
look
time
at
you
these
turn 65,
look at these celebrities that are dying at 69 though.
well, that's yeah. Well, see,
Oh,
that's the thing though. It's like, you know, you can't really like, you never know what's going to happen in the future,
You
right?
can't
So
take it with you. So
no,
why not look at the retrospective? Not that this is me, but like why not tell somebody, okay, do that. Spend all of their money until they're 65 and then deal with it then. Because
well,
fuck,
see,
man, if you're gonna
here's how.
die at 69, then you're saying, oh my god, like however much money you got, like that's 4 years, four
Well,
years
that's
of your life
okay.
versus
So
30.
that's, you know, that's how I live my life. Like now, I'm a person that wants to do and live as much as possible and you know, have the best life possible while I can still live it. Right now, I feel like I can do basically anything I want, so I'm gonna do it. Any of the money that I have, most likely I'll spend it. You know, I buy nice champagne, I go on nice vacations, I do what I want to do. But I also have that 401k locked in, right? So I have that going, right? Then you have your, you know, let's just hope that we got a social security or something by the time we retire.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, probably not going to happen, but you know, we got that 401k. But the way I live is that I'm going to save and I'm going to have my retirement on the side, which I do, which is maxed out. And I also have, you know, the company that matches it, all that, which is great. But I'm going to take the money that I do have and make sure that I live good. And then on top of that, have a great life while I'm, you know, making it to 65. That way, you know, if for whatever reason, if I go tomorrow, today, whatever, right now, I can tell you that I had one of the best, you know, lives that I feel that I could have lived. And that's where I feel that,
Yeah,
you know, most people want
it's
to be.
Matt. It's balance, and everybody's got their own perspective, right? It's what this is
That's
all
why it's
about.
a person's
Right.
perspective.
And Jason's right. I take some criticism from my family at times because they're very conservative. But guess what, man? If the worst should happen, I can guarantee you what's been down, what's gone down in my life, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
Right? And you got to be at peace with it at all times. You got to make sure you're looking out for the future. You got to have your will set up, give to your family, love your family, your friends. But if you're not enjoying your life, what are you here for?
Yeah, definitely. You wanna work to live, not live to work, right?
Right.
So that's where I'm with it, and that's why I think me and Clint get, you know, along so well, is because we both have that same outlook. Now, Clint can do it on a bigger scale than I can because I got a wife that's in the corner like, don't you even think about doing something like that, and that's cool. Love you, baby. But thing is, Clint don't have that, and sometimes I'm like, oh man, I just want to, you know, listen to his stories. Like, man, dude, this guy, this is it. If I was single, God forbid.
So
That's
should
what I
we
would
all
do.
just be single and live that
No,
life?
no,
Or
no,
what?
no,
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 not at
no.
all. But that's
no.
why that's the purpose of the show. So that's why we have a person's perspective to talk about it. So
And we've
you
got
know,
three fantastic points of view here.
yeah, you know, I'm
So
married
wait a
with a
second.
pug.
So if
You're
Clint,
engaged with a daughter, and then Clint's
yeah,
just single and ready to mingle.
and
You
and
know,
and enjoying his life apparently
and
better than
enjoying his
us.
life. So
I love that.
you know,
Fuck.
but like I said, let's get back.
No,
You know,
you
because
don't ever compare,
no, no.
because you're happiest, with your people, you're happiest in your life, man. There's no comparison.
Well,
I'm
here's
just
what's
gonna
great.
give you insight on, how I rock it.
Here's what's great. Clint gets to come over, okay, and he calls my wife Mama Jess. So
Amazing lady.
yeah, he comes over and you know she's the boss,
Yes.
and he understands that. I
100.
understand that.
I stayed
you know?
here for 3 weeks. I
Yeah.
know.
But you know, so he gets to experience life basically like I do as a married, you know, human being.
For
And then
3
I get to
weeks.
go over to his house and it's just me and him, and I get to experience what it's like to be him for a little while. So you get all sides and it's great. That's how it should be. You know, life is about experiences. Life is about, you
Right.
know, seeing and doing different things and feeling different ways and looking at different, you know, lives and you know, not like being jealous or not being to the point where you're like, oh man, I wish that was me. No, but just more like I can respect that. I can respect that. You know, that's cool. You know, like I think that's totally cool. But I can tell you deep down in Clint's heart that I think that he wants to be someday where I'm at, like have a family, have a, you know, whether it's kids or whether it's a wife
100%.
or whatever it is, you know, that's where he wants to be. And that's his ultimate goal. Right.
Do
But
you?
once he gets there,
Who knows what lady can handle me?
That's
Because
the-
I don't.
yeah,
I don't know.
that's hard. That's hard. Especially if they're watching this podcast, you're gonna be like, dang.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That lady that was like, I was trying to do it, but then I saw this cast, and then now I'm
Well,
not-
and I'm setting myself up for failure for this, but you know, like you said, man, we're here to experience. We're here to give different perspectives, and I enjoy and I appreciate you guys letting me on the show, and I'll give you my perspective, and it's a little different for sure.
Well, I'll bring up something that I want to talk about with you real quick.
With me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I think it could be a part of Clint's Corner for sure. But living that single life.
By
you
the
know?
way, I covered Pittsburgh kicked a field goal and Denver won by 7. So my 9 points covered. Continue on.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, on to wait. Now they're playing who? Patriots?
Yeah. So in Denver, Patriots, Denver, I'm taking Patriots no matter what the spread is.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think you're good for Carolina for the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So one of the things that, you know, that I always trip out on with Clint is, and me and my wife talk about it all the time, is, you know, he has a relationship, or
I know where
I don't even want to call it a relationship, really. Let's just call it, he just, you know, he's dating somebody, or he's,
Yeah, let's
maybe he
let's
just
keep
met
it
her for the
viewers.
first day. I don't know.
Let's keep it for the viewers. Dating.
Dating.
Yeah,
He's dating someone, right? And since Clint is one of my best friends, you know, I'm sure he wants us to meet the girl and you know, go out and have a nice dinner and stuff like that, which we always oblige. We love that.
Well, I love hanging out with you.
Of course. Well, we love hanging out with you too. That's why we
So,
always go.
yeah.
So you know, we'll go. You know, me and my wife, and we're like, oh wow, can't wait to get to meet her. You know, it's gonna be great. And we meet him, and like most of the time, you're like, wow, this person's really nice. Thing is, you never see him again.
Her.
So
It's not him. It's her.
you never see her again. So it's like, you know, me and Jess will be like, oh, what happened to such and such? And he's like, what? I'm like, oh,
She's like,
yeah,
who's Sasha and shit?
What?
Who's Sasha? Oh, you mean 3 weeks ago? No, I'm on to Jessica now, or Janessa. Janessa's now.
Wait a sec. Easy on the Vanessa, because there is a Vanessa in my life too. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay.
Like where I'm like just tripping on it is, you know, when I was single, which was a very long time ago.
10 years.
Yeah.
10
9 or
years?
10 years.
Yeah.
And when I first met Jess, like I was infatuated with Jess, and I just wanted to hang out with Jess like every waking minute. And to be honest, like there was no other girl. I don't care if she was a freaking 100 out of 100. Like there was nothing that would stray me from Jess for whatever it was. I was just, that was it. And so what I trip out on is like, is that something that you feel ever? Or is it something that like you're still looking for?
I'm gonna give props to the one woman that broke my heart, and I guarantee you she's not listening to this, so that's okay.
Okay.
Let's not name her, but
And I
let's
won't.
carry on.
But I'm giving props to her right now. And in general, I think Rihanna wrote a song about it. But you know when a man's had his heart broken, right? And maybe there's a little bit of a difference where it only happens once for a guy. It might happen multiple times for a woman. And hopefully that doesn't offend anyone, but that's just kind of the observations I've assessed. But man, it's been really hard ever since then to let my guard down. And there's been 2 women in my life that I love dearly.
Well, hang on. Take us there. You got to take us there. So where's the location? How did we meet? And what did it for you?
How old were you?
I was 20 years old. Beautiful, blonde, blue eyes. I believe she was from, I want to say Russia. I think she was Russian. We used to drink some kind of garbage ass. Pardon my language. What you know the black licorice drink? You know what that is, Matt?
Yeah, that's Jaeger.
No, the other what is it? The
I know
black
What the
talking
black
fuck?
about.
It's
licorice.
Jaeger.
No, it's not. It's
No.
not Jaeger. It's not Jaeger. It's a clear bottle, clear drink. Anyway, we used to drink that. I met her family. We got a dog together. These are back in the
Dang,
days
okay,
when I
this-
wasn't allergic to dogs.
I didn't even know this. All right, I didn't even know this.
We moved in together.
Damn, I feel like you were never allergic to dogs, but because you broke up with this chick, all of a sudden you just
That's
developed
it.
an
She
allergy.
not only did she ruin my life. No, I'm just playing. She never ruined my life. She made my life better.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yes, I was allergic to dogs after that, and I don't understand why, but it's reality.
It's
And
mental.
well, maybe, who knows? I know that I'm allergic to hypoallergenic dogs, which is, I guess it's stupid. Maybe it is
Well,
all mental.
aren't those dogs supposed to be the dogs that are like not like allergy proof?
Well, yeah, that's
Hypoallergenic, like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
real hair.
That's what my dog is.
Yeah.
But you know, Allie be having him sneezing like crazy
Oh.
sometimes. So
And you can't fake a sneeze.
No.
I mean that comes out.
yeah.
All right. So
I
anyway,
don't
going
think
back
a
to
pug is hypoallergenic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's super
Oh, yeah.
hypo.
Oh yeah. I'm over here itching my beard right now because I think Allie gave me a kiss.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you know, she was an unbelievable person. She's got a few kids now. Unbelievable lady.
You still
But-
you still talk to her?
No.
Okay.
But that was it, man. And you go. I went through a 6-month mourning period, and when I got over it,
Clint's corner came out.
yeah. Oh my gosh, my
Well, the
friend.
the stallion came out. That's what happened.
Oh my gosh. And you know,
What happened?
I refuse to look back at this point.
So
What
how,
happened?
How long after that did you move to Park Meridian? Now, Park Meridian, just so you know, is the apartment complex that we were talking about before that me and him met at.
Well, I lived with my parents for a few months, started my own business, ended
That
up
was
getting a
that was in
job.
Kentucky, right?
No, this is in Ohio, Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland,
Ohio.
Cleveland. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. What
Yes,
kind of
sir.
business? What kind of business you start?
You
Wait
know,
for it. Wait for it. Go ahead.
landscaping.
Oh.
Oh, okay. The
Can you imagine
business
Clint as a
everybody
landscaper?
starts, dog.
Killing it, dog.
You know, like Jason, I am meticulous with everything. And so cutting a grass was like giving the best haircut or making sure your house looks perfect all the time. And so my customers' yards had a perfect haircut every single time. And they would pay me a lot. $50 cash every single yard. You know, you can't do that out here. But I made
That's money.
money.
Yeah, you do 4 of those, do $200 a day as a kid. That's
Right.
good money.
Yeah, exactly. Ended up getting offered a job through landscaping, and then 15 months later came out to LA. So I would say 2 years, 3 years after after, you know, I got over all that, I came out to California. And
So hold on. What brought you out to California?
well, my job, you know, kind of looked me in the eye and said, "You're the Cali kid. You're LA. So go out to LA and, you know, get the sales up." So that's what I did. You know, I essentially got a metallurgy degree in 15 months. Learned how to be a welder, learned how to be certified, and then came out and sold the the #1 products in the world. And
So
Few
how'd
year-
you do that? You go door to door, or I mean, moving out to Cali? I mean, was it a Cali company? How'd you get involved with this company?
well, it's a $3 billion company, and they've got locations everywhere. And at the time, we actually had a very small facility, but we ended up moving into a larger facility. And yeah, I went door to door. I learned the clients, I learned the people, I learned how they tick, and, you know, tried to sell ice to Eskimos.
And it worked.
Then what happened?
8 years later, my largest customer said, Clint, I want to start a business with you. And I said, there's been some changes at my job. I'd be delighted. I did make a few people work for it because when I knew I was going to leave, there were 3 or 4 people offering me jobs. And so ended up I got a little extra money because of it, which is nice. And here we are, man. We're killing it. We did 5.5 million last year, and we're trying to do 10 this year, 8 to 10. So
it's awesome, dude.
We'll see how it works out.
Well, I want to get back to the single life, dude. I need to hear more about it. So tell me though,
I'll just give you this week. How about that?
Yeah, I just want to hear a week in the life of Clint's Corner. What it's like. You wake up, what happens? You text messages?
No,
Snapchat?
No,
how's it work?
I wake up and the stock market's the first thing in my mind.
Okay. All right. Stock market it is.
How are the Asian markets doing and how are the Dow futures doing?
Okay.
That's number one on my mind.
This week it's not good.
This is the worst year in the history of the Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ ever to start a year. The worst ever. And I happen to have a lot of money in there. That's a good way to learn a lesson.
Well, what's funny is, so, I don't have, stock. The stock that I do have is in my 401k, right? So, and I don't monitor it. I don't, look at it. I get a little every 3-month thing, I'm very non-aggressive in my 401k anyways. If I had my own cash money in there, it would be different. But since Clint's into it and he's talked to me about it on, several occasions, I'm like, oh, I'll look at it, I'll check it out, whatever. So I follow.
Let's laugh at Clint. He's lost a lot of money.
No, it's not that, I just want to follow because I'm like, wow, dude. I mean, if he's, doing well, then maybe I can get up in there. But I just, it takes me a little while. So I'm looking at the stock market and I look at, there's an app on the iPhone and it shows you, so I look at it, I think on Monday or Tuesday and it was just all red, minus 300, everything. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, well, this don't look good. So I text Clint. I'm like, hey, dude, the stock market doesn't look that good right now, and I know he's got money invested. But what's funny is he's like, oh, no, don't worry, dude. I got out of it a few weeks ago. I'm like, my dude, okay, right on. Hour later, he's like, I just bought 50,000 shares or something. I'm like, oh my God, what? Back in it, just like that.
When everyone's in panic mode is when you got to buy because it's a discount.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to hit. Right?
I'm going to tell you this, Matt. I am scared to my wits' end about Monday because if China starts off horribly, actually, why don't we pull that up now?
So that's what's so great about Clint, okay, is that he's got, and excuse my language, but he's just got balls of steel. I mean, this guy is like something else, in order to do this, for me, I would have, I mean, and this is sad to say, but I would have probably killed myself. Because to ride that kind of a roller coaster where you're losing thousands of dollars, now you may gain, but you lose thousands of dollars. You're like, oh my God, like what did I just do here? And how am I going to recover? And it's a scary time.
And Matt, right now, the Nikkei, which is the Japanese stock market, is down 2.5%. So that means I'm going to be down for sure on Monday. And you can either take it like a grain of salt and buy some more, or you can bail and lose your money. So those
all right,
are some of the things I'm gonna have to worry about.
Hold on. So I guess I'm coming from the little side of viewers that like, man, I don't think I've ever fucked with all that shit. Like, please just enter. What the fuck? Chinese stock market? Like, what? I mean, I get that down 2.5%. So like you either choose to ride it out and wait for your money to come back up into where you're making profits, or you're not. But like, why the Chinese stock market or how do you get into something like that?
Yeah, it's wild, Matt. So the Nikkei is the Japanese stock market.
Well, doesn't theirs come up first? There's open.
Well, yeah, it's 15 hours before us right now, so it's there. We open up at 9:30. It's there 9:30 right, or 9 o'clock right now.
Yeah. So depending on what you buy, if it has any affiliation with China,
Right, and I
then
do
you'll
not
know.
buy.
Then you'll know what happens with your stock.
I do
15
not buy
hours
those
prior to-
stocks, but they help forecast. And in reality, Matt, the Shanghai, the Hang Seng, which is the Hong Kong stock market, and the Nikkei give a good perspective, if you will, on what's going to happen to us. And since there's been a slowdown in China, some odd reason, what a lot of people don't understand is we are dependent on China, but not very much anymore, man. It's 70% of our economy is consumer based. Did you know that? That's crazy, right? The service industry, which we pride ourselves on because we don't, I mean, we need manufacturing. We need manufacturing, right? But having a job where you can be inside, it's not going to kill your joints, it's not going to kill you, you know, it's not labor intensive, is what America prides itself on. We pride ourselves on being intelligent and making the correct decision as far as being the world's leader in every aspect. And
so how does one or why in the I mean, how does one get to the Chinese stock market? Why isn't the American stock market good enough, or what's you know?
Well, I don't know if it's, you know, good enough, not good enough. I don't think that's really it. You know, there's a lot to talk about on that as far as the socialist and a communist economy versus, you know, a democratic economy that we have. But I don't invest in Asia because, you know, I just don't feel comfortable, because something in the difference between our economy and their economy is something can change drastically immediately, right off the bat. Pardon, that was a double. Something can change right away, right? And literally, the Chinese government can tell you you're not allowed to sell stocks right now. You can only buy stocks, right? Or whatever. They can do that. We are a totally different economy, and that's why I would never invest in, you know, a Chinese economy. I would invest in ours.
Well, so the Chinese stocks, though, you're investing in the stocks. Like, what's the difference?
Well, I don't invest in the Chinese stocks. I watch the Chinese stocks because they have a major impact on the US. So there's the animosity in the world with ISIS, with oil, with China, that affects our economy, our stocks at all times. And right now, you know, the volatility of the index is at its, well, it's not very high, but it's atypical, right? It's not typical. So I'm trying to weigh all that. And like Jason said, you know, I'm trying to, man, I'm trying to have balls of steel right now, because
and you do. Believe that.
it is tough, dude. When you lose money that you've worked hard for, it is not easy.
Well, so you're saying that all your money's invested in American stocks, but
That's
because
correct.
you're so into it, you check the Chinese stocks to kind of see where it floats, because maybe your stocks are invested in.
It's not maybe, Matt. You know, if there's volatility in the world, then the U.S. stocks are going down.
So you're investing, or agree or disagree with me, but you are potentially investing in a lot of technology or you know, technological companies where China may be ahead of us a little bit, a step, or you know, to where you might see, you know, whatever China does really influences your American stock.
You know, I guess the best way to put it is, and we got to get off this topic because Jason's going to fall asleep, and so are our viewers more than likely.
Yeah.
They don't care about, you know, what I do on this regard.
Well, what they care about is how you can do it. How you can. Here's what I'm interested in. Not as far as
let's
the
switch
stocks.
this up.
Yeah, because the stocks, to me, it's not it. How you can lose thousands of dollars and still be game to have that smile on your face the same day. That's what I want to know, because that's, like I was telling him before the cast started, I was watching a documentary on Steve Jobs on CNN.
This is incredible, by the way.
and they were talking about how iPhones are built in China, and this factory, this massive factory, has I believe it's 400,000 workers. I mean, an ungodly amount of people working at this factory to be able to put out the amount of iPhones that people buy in the first month of an iPhone launching. Okay, but the Chinese people, majority of them in that structure, are so upset, and whether it has to do with the amount of money that they're making, or the harsh work environment, or whatever it may be, they're killing themselves by jumping out of the building.
Crazy.
And it's up to like 9%. 9%. It was so much that they had to literally build these nets that go all the way around the building so that when someone jumps, they catch them. And to me, that's just like, it's mind-boggling. And that's where it kind of fit in with Clint, where, these people are making like, pennies on the dollar, where Clint's making,
I do okay.
many dollars on, the $100 or whatever you want to, call it. Right. So how can you, see that you lose that kind of money and still function and still have a great, attitude in life, and still want to have fun and still be you, and still be in a positive manner where people still want to be around you, and have that not affect your life in a negative way? Whether it does probably, but it just doesn't show. And that's what I'm interested in.
Isn't the answer though the American way or the American dream? It's like people come to America. People come to America for the idea that they don't have to live like they live.
Yeah, but that's not the thing. The thing is that when you feel like you've exhausted everything you have, that's the scary part. So in Vegas, as you well know, in majority of the casinos, you can't open up your hotel bedroom window because so many people were, jumping out the windows because they either lost everything they had. I'll tell you a quick story. When I turned 21 years old, my mom took me to an Indian casino, and it's called Paula. And
Paula, P-A-L-A, right?
No, I think it's P-A-U-L-A. It's like
it's P-A-L-A. My friend actually is married to a native Paula lady. No joke.
You're right. Maybe you're right. It was the only time that I went there. I went there one time. I just remember it because it was a
Hold on. Is this like in Temecula?
Yeah, it's in Temecula.
Dude, I've been there, actually.
Okay, here we go.
So weird. I've been there. I ate the buffet there, lobster tail.
Nice. Was it good?
Swear to God. No. We waited like 2 hours. I don't fuck with lobster tails. Just give me the crab.
That's what I'm saying. So check this out. So here I am. I'm 21 years old. All right. And it's my, normally, people go to Vegas or whatever, but my mom, we went to this Indian casino, and we stayed for the weekend. So when we first get there, we're in the front lobby, and we are waiting to check into the hotel. We're standing in a line, and there is a bench that is designed in a circle, and there's like some like flower thing, whatever, but all the way around is basically like a bench, padded, but bench style seating all the way around. You can sit there. So when we get there, we're right up in front, and I look over to this bench, and I see this lady crying. And not only is she crying, but she starts slamming her head as hard as she can into this bench. Just whack, whack, whack. And I'm like, what the hell? And all this, as she's doing this, people just start flooding around her. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I ended up asking somebody like, dude, what happened here? The lady ended up taking a second on her house, exhausted everything that she had off of the house. And I believe it was something like $200,000 because she had already lost $100,000 before this. She was trying to get her money back.
Put it on black.
And she lost it.
Oh.
And so she ended up losing like $300,000. And I mean, it was one of the saddest.
Life-changing.
Yeah. One of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was just like, and here it is, my 21st birthday. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to gamble. This is going to be great. And I see this woman that, is literally, her whole life is flipped upside down because, she took it to the extreme. And so, what's great to me about Clint is that, even though he's very extreme in his ways, he still doesn't exhaust everything he has so that he can still, manage to continue in life and have a positive life and not let it affect him in the way where, you're slamming your head into a bench, basically. So I respect that about you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So don't become an addict. Don't become a person where you're willing to risk it all. And be okay with
like we
rock
talked
bottom.
about in the beginning, it's investing in many facets, right? So your home, the stock market, all the 401k, the IRAs, Roth, all that, right? So I know that I'll be okay. And Jason and I were talking about this a little bit ago. No matter what, being who I am, being single, all that, I wake up every morning and I wake up early before all y'all do at 5:30. Maybe not Jason, but for the most part, I wake up pretty early.
It's up at 4 this morning. Sunday.
I was still out till 4 in the morning.
I knew you were. I looked at the clock. I was like, wow, I'm waking up at 4 and he's just partying right now.
Yeah.
He's just ready to go.
You're saying good morning. I'm saying good night.
Oh, dang it.
And hey, listen, there's ups and downs, but what we got to do in life is look ourselves in the mirror every morning and say, I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to have a smile. I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to do my job and I'm going to kick some ass. Right. And that's what I try to do. And I like to be a yes man. Jason and I were talking about that a little bit too. It just, whatever comes my way, yes. I'm in.
He tells me that a lot. He actually told me that last night. Here he is. He comes over. Just a brief story real quick. Last night, we were supposed to do the podcast. Weren't able to do the podcast because your boy over here has the worst internet and cable provider out there.
Thank you, AT&T.
AT&T Uverse, you suck. So if any of you, like I said if you read the post that I posted last night, are looking for a new cable service or an internet service, just anybody besides AT&T. But anyways, so
I digress.
So here Clint is, and he's sitting over on the couch and
itching.
We're having problems itching. Allie's just making him go all over the place. So he gets some text messages and he looks at me and he's like, you know what my problem is? And I'm like, what? And he's like, I say yes to everything. And I look at him, I'm like, dude, I love that about you. Like, that is like the coolest thing. Like, one thing that I know with Clint, that if I needed him
100%,
if I needed him for whatever it was, and there's this clip on the internet of this movie with Ben Affleck, and I can't remember what movie it was. And it basically like, he comes into his friend's, room and he was just like, look, I need you to be, to come with me. We're going to hurt some people. I can't tell you who it is and I can't tell you what it's about, but I need you there. And he's just like, who's
that cop movie or whatever? Where
what's that movie called?
With John Hamm.
Yeah.
Him and the dude from fucking Marvel, the Bowman. Yeah. What is that fucking movie? That's right.
Dude,
what is that?
Great movie. But like,
he's like, dog, I need you to take up arms and we're gonna fight the police with guns and shit.
That's exactly what it was.
You know what?
Exactly what it was.
What I think at that point in time, I'm gonna say no. I don't think I could do that, dog. I don't think I could just leave my family and go shoot up the police with you and rob a bank.
There's a difference, dude, because your boy over here, I bet you he would, dude. I bet you he'd be the only person that
Clint,
I know
we're talking about you.
Circle.
What about you? What about you? What about you?
Me?
You take up guns? What Clint's coming over like, hey, dog, you told me on the couch you were yes, man. I just got to go rob this bank. You put a gun in your hand. You're to get away.
If he said his life depended on it.
If he told me it was like, dude, you can't, we're not going to talk about it.
He said, I'm pigeonholed.
I'll be there.
I'm going to die. I have to go rob this bank. Then yes, it's game time. You better believe Point Break has just initiated its second installation. And I don't know when that movie comes out, but
it already came out. We got to go see it.
Yeah, we might need to.
Yeah, we got to go.
Point Break, the movie.
Yeah. Listen, Swayze.
Who's Swayze? Who's that?
No, he was Patrick. Man, I know you're young. Baby.
Oh, you mean Patrick Swayze?
He was the first. Keanu Reeves.
All right. So So let's go ahead and switch the topic a little bit. Clint, I want you to bring a little side topic. Something you got over there. What do you got that you want to talk about?
Well,
Bro,
I
that movie's called The Town.
The Town. Damn,
my
that's
friend,
a dope-ass
my
movie.
friend just hit me up. He was like, "It's The Town, bro.
Dude,
that
that movie's
movie's
the
The
shit.
Town."
That movie's a shit.
Dude,
But anyway, so
movie's
that's how I look at
crazy.
this guy. And that's what I love so much about him. And when he says that he's a yes man, like, he's not lying to you about that. Like, if I told him I need him here, he's going to be here. Like, that is the dopest shit. I swear to you, like, there is not another quality that I would prefer in a human being than that.
Ride or die. Ride or die.
Ride or die. Like, that is the best quality ever. I mean, honestly, like think about it. You know, when you need somebody, or, you know, whatever the case may be, whether it's just you're lonely, you want to hang out with them, or you desperately need them because, you know, your life depends on it, or whatever the case is, you got somebody that's there in your corner, like Clint's corner over here.
Oh,
that's it, dude.
That's it.
That's it.
Clint needs a ride or die chick. That's all he needs,
dude. And that's what we're trying to get him, dude. That ride or die chick.
He needs a chick to drive the getaway car, and until he meets her, like,
you know, Bonnie.
Oh, he needs a Bonnie.
Yeah, he needs a Bonnie.
Oh no!
Oh,
all right, so
God.
let me hear what the.
So I'm going to switch it up
All
because we were about to talk about a day in the life / a week, right?
Oh,
Let's
right,
do it.
Right. Let's get back to it.
Take me there.
You know, I've got a couple friends that, like we talked about, you want to surround yourself with the best people you know, right? And one of my friends, it's a very new relationship, but it's a good relationship. He's a gentleman that is essentially the manager for Sutra, which is a nightclub in Costa Mesa. And he's a promoter. He does as much as he can. And I've known him for a while. And I feel like I owed the guy a little bit. He's no matter what, he lets me to the front of the line, no questions asked. We're, that like that. So I took him out and I said, hey, let's go to Javier's. And the guy says, hey, I'm going to bring some girls. And I said, okay, that's cool. I'm okay with that. And thanks to my mom and her new step-husband, unbelievable guy, Rick, they gave me $100 gift card, right? So that was nowhere near what the bill was, but we went to Javier's.
Javier's, so you got, anybody that's watching that doesn't know, is a very fine dining Mexican restaurant that's basically right on the water.
Newport Coast, yeah.
Very nice restaurant. One of the best bars, some of the best food you'll ever have in your life, and very expensive.
So, yeah, jalapeno margaritas for all the girls. 3 attractive women. I promise you that. Very cool too, and get to talking with them, and literally the conversation went from 0 to 100 real quick. And I was literally about to go to Vegas with these girls that night, Tuesday night.
Crazy part is, dude, is that this isn't the first time I've ever heard a story like this. This is probably the 5th or 6th or 7th, maybe 10th. I don't even know. There's very many times this happens where it's just like, damn. I don't think.
Well, every once in a while, I go to Orange Hill, and on Saturday, we call it our Saturday champagne. Champs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Champs. Oh,
yeah.
That's your Saturday.
Yeah. So
that's my everyday.
That's your grab your bottle and take a drink to this one. It literally went. We had mimosas, and before I knew it, my 2 best friends. I got about 5 guys that I call my best friends. 2 of them bought me a limousine from Los Angeles because we started partying in Los Angeles that night on Saturday night for my birthday. We had an unbelievable, bottle service, downtown club, 21st floor. And they bought me a limousine from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. $700. I can't tell you what happened in the limousine. We brought some girls with us. And this all started because we had some champagne at Orange Hill. And the guys said, we're changing our flights from Los Angeles to Kentucky. And let's change it from, fly out of Las Vegas. And I said, okay, let's do it.
Dang.
Because I like to say yes.
Here's the thing. I kind of want to hear what happened in the limo, though.
Yeah,
Well,
you can't.
You know what? You know
can't
what's funny?
stump
You know what's
us.
funny is the guy's name is JJ, which happens to be the gentleman that's staying with me right now. And he tells me a story about how he was ghost riding the whip with Tupac on the strip.
Dude, tell the story. Tell the story.
I don't know if this is true.
He's the same age as we are.
No. The limousine driver is 42.
Oh, his name's JJ too?
Yes.
Oh, because we
And
got
he's
another
saying-
friend named JJ. Shout out to JJ. What's up?
Okay, tell the story.
And I don't even know what ghost riding the whip means until I talk to my friends. Do you know what that means?
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
do. Hell yes.
So ghost riding the whip. So we drove to Vegas.
Hang
got
on,
there.
you got to stop. You got to explain now because some of the viewers might not know what Ghost Riding
Can
the
I
Whip is.
explain, please?
Please
Go ahead.
handle
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Matt.
So, ghost riding the whip is when you're just like riding down the street, dog. Just like I envisioned that it came from like super low, just riding super low, right? Banging them tunes, bitches in the side seat. Okay, you're riding down, and all of a sudden
And
you
just
pop
get tired
out
of
the
that shit
car.
and get out.
Yeah,
huh?
you just pop out the car. You let the car just take off down the street. You're just walking by the car, just like, hey, dog, my car's driving itself. There's a ghost driving. There's a ghost driving right now. The ghost is riding in the driver's seat, and it's just going. And you're like, hey, I'm driving. Ghost riding the whip, and that was it. That was it. Then it took off, dude. 25 dudes around the whip, just like, hey,
But the
dog,
thing
we ain't
is
driving
that
this
what Clint's
bitch.
saying is JJ was talking about how he was Ghost Riding the Whip back in '96.
With Tupac?
With Pac.
Oh my God! Tell the story.
Not well. That's all he gave me. He said
You didn't ask him, like, dude, what was Pac wearing?
No,
was
what
he wearing?
happened? Here's how Clint rolls, dude.
We
He
did
tells him the
almost
story.
everything
Clint
that
rolls
Pac
the
was
window
doing.
up in the limo, says, "All right, cool, playa," and then it's over, right? And then he talks about something else because that's how Clint gets down. He ain't gonna,
Dude, it ain't 21 questions about fuck. You talk about Tupac, like it's Tupac. There's not 21 questions that ensue.
I think every human being is equal, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you may have different lifestyles, but
Give
you
the
know what,
benefit of
man?
the doubt.
Hey, if you're on the side of the street begging for money, number one, I'm going to give you some money, and number two, you know what? Listen. One thing my dad taught me is if you don't love the janitor the same way you love the president or the CEO, you'll never make it up there. So don't crap on anybody along the way. Everybody's your friend, and everybody's equal, man. You know.
Well, the thing is, too, is that, like, let's just say this guy is telling this story and, you know, he's talking about how he did Ghost Ride the Whip and you want to play 21 questions. I mean, you know, thing is that, you know, maybe if he is lying for whatever reason, maybe his life is just not that great at that moment. And,
So you
know,
snuff
he
him
feels
out,
like,
and then your ride to Vegas
he
blows.
feels like, you know, he's going to connect with these dudes that are like out there doing it big. And, you know, he can kind of connect in a certain way.
He's not riding in a limo from Las Vegas or
Right.
Los Angeles to Las Vegas that night.
Right.
Not right.
You know? So it's like, you know, you got to let him do his thing. Like, okay, this guy.
So
Yeah,
at this
he's
point, you're like, oh,
fine.
really, Tupac?
But yeah,
Like, you're
then
the
you're
coolest
like, yo,
limo
shit,
driver
yeah.
ever. Give us
Yeah.
a deal, $100 off.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to let him go. I'm about that. I'm okay with that.
I'm not about that. I'm about finding out whether.
No, Matt's about
Oh,
21 questions.
Oh, we know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if our viewers know you, but we
So
know you.
here's a little backstory about Matt, real quick. I was messing with Matt the other day. I think it was actually yesterday, and he was talking about how, you know, Matt's in a commission-based job, and so am I. So Matt's sending me some messages like, "Oh, dude, I just made a couple."
Don't say that.
Yes.
Don't.
Yeah, whatever, right? So I'm like, "Oh, cool. Well, you know, it seems like you're doing very well." I'm like, "Hey, can I borrow $100?" And when I mean borrow, I mean have. Now, this guy would know I was just joking, but here Matt is like, "Yo, what do you need $100 for, though?" And I'm like, dude, I don't worry about it. I just need it. Like, you know, he's like, "Nah, but seriously, you need money? Like,
He's not the
everything
ride
cool?"
or die.
No, he ain't the ride or die.
No,
No, ride or
that's
die.
not true.
Oh,
That
hey,
is not true.
I just called you out, bro. I just called
Here it
you.
is.
So I had to tell him, I
Here's
was
my
like,
feelings. Here's
I
my
had to tell
feelings
him,
on
like,
it.
dude,
No, knock it off.
I'd have gave it to him. I'd have gave it to him right there without asking
I
any
was like,
questions.
when your boy asks and you need it, it's like, okay.
No.
But Matt's
Here's
like,
what
the
I'm
21
saying,
question, like, okay, here's the thing. First off, what was the situation that you got yourself into? I want to know.
Okay.
I'm just
Here's the
kidding.
honesty, okay?
All right.
let's be honest, because I wasn't going to say this right away
Go
to
ahead.
you.
I'm all about honesty.
Okay, because I didn't want to say this, and I didn't want to seem like the people I fuck with or the people that are around me, right? Because like, quite honestly, I hate to be this way because I am never this way.
Dude.
Quite honestly, I am the dude that's making it the best out of the people that I know. Okay. So when people ask you, it's like people ask you for money, dude, just to ask. Like they don't, dude, they're like, hey, can I get $100? Can I get $100? And it wasn't that you asking me was like, oh damn, Jason's asking me, so it's different. It was like it just automatically in my brain was like pinging, oh, okay, let me first ask you why the fuck you're asking me. You know, it's like I had to check you. Just, you know how people do things without even thinking, you know what I mean? And it was like that's all I did. Like some people ask me for money, like shit, like my sister, like, hey, can you get money? And then I'm like, okay, why the fuck you need money? They're like, oh, because this and this and this, and really, you know, they're about to spend it on just drugs, you know. And it's like,
Be careful
not
saying
that
all that.
no, see, that's what I'm just trying to say. So it wasn't that I thought you were about to do drugs. It's just my first instinct to people normally around me asking me for money when they don't really need that shit. You know, it's like they just need a handout. So first I was like, okay, what do you need money for? Like, and you know what, honestly, I was like, okay, this motherfucker likes to ball out. I figured like he just put 20 grand on it on black, and I had to bail him out 100 to pay his phone bill or something. I was like, damn, I gotta pay your phone bill and shit because you just put it all on black. I was just gonna, you know what? And then for a little bit
on black, do my house be for sale? You know what I mean? There'd be a for sale sign, like quick sign. Like,
that was all I was trying to say. And then it was like, damn, I you know, I knew, I was like, damn, he was just hoping I would just say yes. And then I was like, fuck, you try to trick me and shit. It's like I don't live the life where people trying to ask for shit from me all the time. Like, dude, I live a different life than you guys. You know, you got Clint's corner over here. It's like, could give you $100. Like, no, never asking, you know? And so it's like, you just caught me off guard. That's all it is. You caught me off guard.
I could feel it, but I'll tell you why I did it. Can you handle it? Or should
I know you were hoping I wouldn't say anything, but that's the thing. Like it was an unconscious response for me. So it was unconscious.
Why the reason why I did it, and the reason why I even said anything, which it wasn't because I needed money or wanted money or anything like that. The answer would, as soon as you would have said okay, if you would have said it, I'd have been like, dude, I was just playing, dude. But I'm glad you were my boy and you got my back like that. Like I love you for that. But the reason I said it is because you want to be very careful when you start like talking about like how much money you make with not me, right? But with some people, because some people will take it there. And that's why I did that, because like you said already, you know, you do very well and you do better than most of the people that you know, which is awesome. But you can't let that know. And it's almost like people that win the lottery, how you always hear like, dude, if I won the lottery, I'd be gone. You know, like you wouldn't know me anymore. I would help out, you know, such and such, and then I would be gone, because, you know, majority of the time you're going to be hit up for money on a constant basis. So the way I look at it, like,
here's me. Everybody I know is getting a piece of the pie, you know, and it's like, I don't care, man. I'll let you know. Like if you need 1,000 right now, I got you.
Yeah.
But I want to know that you honestly
gotta ask 21 questions first.
Yeah. I got to know you honestly need it. That's it. You know, if you don't need it, you know, my friend the other day, let's just bring this up. He's like, bro, when you said in the gym, he was, you know, anything I need, I could, you know, I could ask you for, and I feel embarrassed about asking you, but like, I'm gonna need some money. I'm like, all right, dude, what do you need? He's like 150. And I was like, okay, just letting you know right now on a friendship level,
1,000.
if I give you this, no, $150, right? I'm like, hey, on a friendship level, if I give you this money and you don't really need it, just understand that this could mean the end of our friendship. Because, you know, you don't like you always hear the old adage, like you don't want to go into business with family, because when you mix business and family, you know, shit starts to get personal.
Right.
You know, so when a true friend, a brother of mine asks for money, you're like, dude, just understand that if I give you money and this shit goes sideways, you know, it's awkward. It's
Well,
weird.
can I tell you one thing? So my grandfather, the way he raised me, my grandfather always, you know, fitted the bill for majority of the things. Now, like I've been very vocal about, you know, how I grew up. I it wasn't that I was like, you know, I had nothing, but I didn't have everything. I didn't have like the greatest, you know, upbringing as far as like money goes. But my grandfather had a lot of money, and he did very well. So whenever he came, it was like we hit the lottery. You know, it was, you know, $1,000 in school clothes. Like as soon as he came by, you want a new computer, it's $2,000 computer, just like that. I mean, it was just things like that happen on a pretty, you know, frequent basis. It didn't happen.
It was
all the
Clint
time,
when he hit 65. Your
Yeah.
grandfather was Clint when he hit 65. All right.
Yeah. But the way he raised me, you know, like I told you, he's, you know, has fitted the bill for, you know, not only his family, but his friends and everybody else. When somebody asks him for money, and this is something that I've kind of taken the same outlook, because, you know, that's just how he raised me. But when someone asks for money, as far as borrowing it, just give it to them, because it's not worth the disconnect, because most likely they're in a position where it's going to be very difficult for them to get that money back. So, you know, you tell them, look, dude, I got you. You're my family, so here you go. But the thing is that this is yours. I want you to just have it. You're not going to pay me back, but this is all I can do for you. If you know that that's how the situation is going to be, if you know that that person can pay you back and will pay you back, then that's different. But like if you know that they're in, you know, not
you also don't want to be surprised when you think they're going to pay you back, but they don't.
That's the thing too.
So that's why, you let them know, hey, I'm going to give this to you.
Yeah, it's yours. And,
well, that's what I say too.
Because being disappointed, it sucks.
It's not worth $150.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, if even if it was 1,000, 2,000, whatever, if I lost this friendship with me and Clint over $1,000, $2,000, I would still be pissed that happened. You know, it's not worth the money to me. So, you know, I would give it gladly, because I know that he needs it and that I can make it back, and I'm not really too worried about it. So, you know, if he needs it and he's that desperate to be able, you know, to ask for it, then it's his. And that's just how I look at it with the people that are closest around me. Now, there's going to be people out there that are not as close and, you know, may want to take advantage of you. And that's a different story. But your family, the people that, you know, are your ride or dies and that will be there forever, you know, just give it to them. That's just how I looked at life.
So you played a trick on me, and it was a nasty trick.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's
you were
why
like, hey, dog, I need some money. No, you were like, hey, hey, dog. No, you were like, hey, dog, I need some money. I'm like, why the fuck does this dude, out of all people, need money? So I had to know. I was like, why you fucking?
That should have been your first clue.
No.
Okay.
No, because dude, just like I said, I play my shit. I'm close. I'm just close.
Hey.
That's what it is. I don't fuck with anything. Like, I don't fuck with anybody, right?
So you know,
I told you.
The day before I asked him for $100, I was telling him, I'm like, dude, we should go to Hawaii soon, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
And
So
I was
why you
about to say, didn't you? I'm sure you told Matt that, hey, I already got my hotel room for Vegas for the UFC 200, right?
Dude, no,
already. Oh
no. Hold on.
Drinking money when I go there.
No, hold on.
$100, Matt.
Dude, I think I'm being set up like to making a murderer right here. I think it was just trying to set me up and shit. You know, it was exactly
sometimes
like
you don't
that.
have to think so much, baby.
Yeah, dude.
No,
that
you know
was
what,
the point
though? Hey,
Yeah,
hold on.
well, that's what he's saying to you.
Let me tell you a little bit something about me. You know, you're right, 100%. You know, I am very much that person that thinks, overthinks this, that. You know what? But to me, I feel that's just making a smart move. You know, but you know, I do agree with you that when it comes to people you love, people you trust, you just got to let it go. And to get back to the story, when the homie asked me for 150, I was like, why? He sent me one picture and I sent the money. You know, it was not even asking. And I will agree, I don't ever ask for the money that I send back, because I will never send money I don't have
Yeah.
And that goes back to the Clint's Corner thing, where you don't invest or you don't ever outstretch your means.
Right. Right.
You know, and like maybe you're doing better than some, but that doesn't mean that you can't let it go.
Well, so check this out. Dude. So I was watching a video on Facebook, and it was a social experiment. And so they set up a camera, and they were basically on the sidewalk filming a homeless gentleman, and he was sitting on the sidewalk, and in front of the homeless gentleman was parking spaces, and there were meters on every parking space. Okay, you got to put the money into the meter, pay for your parking, whatever, 25 cents for 5 minutes. I don't know what the heck it is. Anyway, so he's sitting on the curb. They have this camera facing right at him, and they have a guy that's in on this whole thing pull up into the parking space right in front of him. He gets out of the vehicle super quick, doesn't put any money into the.
No, and
seen
the
this yet?
homeless guy puts
Yeah.
the money in.
Hold on. So hang on, dude, it's heartbreaking. Okay. So this homeless guy is sitting there with a cup, okay, that has like, some change in it that he's, basically just kind of asking for. He doesn't have a sign, he just has his cup. He's not bothering anybody. And they're filming this guy, and this guy pulls up into the parking space. He gets out of his vehicle. Now, mind you, this guy has absolutely zero. I'm talking zero, okay? Pulls up into the parking space. This guy
He's
gets out of his
got what
vehicle.
he's got in the cup. That's it.
Gets out of the vehicle, and he starts dashing off. This guy stands up and he's like, "Hey sir, you didn't put the money in your meter. Hey sir." The guy ignores him, back to him, just keeps on walking. You know what the guy does? He takes his cup and he goes over and he takes a quarter out and he puts the quarter into the machine. And then he goes and sits back down. And they're timing this whole thing. And as time goes by, he gets back up, he takes another quarter out, and he puts it in the machine. Dude, an hour and 45 minutes goes by, dude, and he put almost everything he had in that machine for this guy.
I hate to be, cliche or whatever you want to call it, but damn it, if everybody was like that, how much better would we be?
That's exactly where I'm
Wake
getting at.
up, look yourself in the mirror, people, have a smile on your face and give.
The thing is like what you were saying earlier,
If
Matt,
somebody
is
like that can give, why can't everyone else?
Yeah. So like,
honestly,
you were saying like, oh, you don't want to exhaust your means, right? Well, I'm not saying to like, empty out your pocket on every occasion, but there will be occasions where you can help or do something for somebody that will change their life forever. And in those moments, you should do it, because here's the thing: we're privileged. We're very privileged.
Absolutely.
We get to wake up every morning and go to work and make a ton of money and go to sleep and do it all over
money,
again.
people.
Huh?
We don't make a ton of money, people.
Oh.
We just make enough.
We make
to
enough
live in California.
to live in
That's
California and do it and have a good life. But the thing is that that guy had nothing and spent the little that he had on this guy. I mean, when he could have gotten a burger, whatever to eat,
A beer,
whatever. And what sucks is like, people look at like a lot of homeless and oh, they just want to drink it away. That's not true. It's not how, majority of them are. You can tell those.
I wouldn't go so far as to say majority, but
yeah. But going back to this story, so this guy ends up coming back. He starts walking back to his car, and the homeless guy stands up and he's like, "Sir, you never paid for your meter." And this guy like breaks down. This guy that drove this car, that's a part of the social experiment. He was just like, "I got to tell you, man, you warmed my heart,
Wow.
by doing that. I can't believe that you did that." And we're filming, and this is something that we just wanted to kind of see like what would happen.
Wow.
And you touched me, and
Wow.
you touched me forever. So he pulled out his wallet and he pulled out
$100.
everything. Like, no, there was like bills, and he just gave it to this guy, and he was like, "Here, man, like, go get a hotel, go get some clothes,
shower, shave,
everything." Yeah. And it was a very inspirational video for me, and I watch these all the time. There's stuff like that you see all the time, and I try to post them on Facebook because I feel more people need to see this and be touched. I just feel that there's too many people that either are disconnected from it or feel that like you just said, like they're gonna go buy beer or something like that. Dude, there's so many people out there that need help.
Yeah.
Just help somebody when When you have the opportunity to help, I just think you should. You know, anybody out there.
No, you should. You should. Let me tell you 2 stories that are actually pretty ingrained in me right now, and I can't. It's weird because it's like it just fits. These stories would never be told, right? Two points in my life I can remember distinctively. This shit happened. Okay, I can remember when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old. You know, and my dad, we frequented the same little corner store our whole lives. The same corner store. My dad always bought cigarettes or whatever the fuck it was from this little corner store. Okay, so we were there every night almost. You know, you can't ever leave without your children. You know, it's hard when you're a single parent, right? You know, it's just him. So we go to this corner store day in and day and night. We always kind of saw this homeless guy. You know, we were always saying, okay, you know, leaving the store and leaving home and whatnot. But one day, my dad decides to give him the change left over from the cigarettes, you know, or whatever he bought. He gave him the change. As we got in the car and pulled out, the dude threw the change in the fucking sewer. He threw it in the well because he was so pissed off that my dad only gave him 60 cents.
What?
He threw it. He threw it away. And my dad, I can remember my dad saying, that dude just threw the fucking change in the goddamn well.
Hey, you know, I'm going to just parlay off that real quickly. And I will tell you a kind of a concerning event in my life. 2 of my little nieces now, and I still feel bad about this to this day. There was a homeless lady, and we're eating Chick-fil-A. And so I went and bought some Chick-fil-A for this homeless lady and brought her some money. And the same thing happened. She said, I don't eat people's food and I don't take people's money. And it was very shocking and hurtful to see 2 little girls that thought they were doing the right thing, you know, 12, 14-year-old women or girls. And I thought I was doing the right thing. And to just be shut down like that, you know, these girls are upset, man. And so I guess it's crazy to hear those kinds of things. It's reality, and you can't change how people react. You have to change how you react to people. And that's what I think you have to take from everything in life. And
so you're right. I mean, the reactions, like this other time, right? I was up in Seattle, you know, Dick's restaurant. It's a very famous thing here in Seattle. Like everybody knows about Dick's. Okay. It's like a little drive. It's like a drive-through. They just, I mean, they cook it right there. I mean, it's all, you know, it's shit. I mean, it's revolutionary here, at least. I don't fuck with it. I don't eat beef. You know, there's not too many chicken options. So, I don't fuck with it much. But I'm there, right, in my high school days, and mind you, in my high school days, I didn't have very much money. You know, it wasn't me to have a lot of money on me, and you know, never had a job, didn't have a family could give me hundreds of dollars at a time. I'm coming out of this place in Dick's. It was Christmas. I remember we were just doing some Christmas shopping in Seattle. I don't know why. It's just never liked me. On the way out of the restaurant, there's this white-haired homeless guy that was asking for money. I went ahead and dropped him a 20. You know, it's like, it's what I had on me. And my friends, I can remember this to this day. My friends are like, dude, why'd you give him that money? Dude, I would have never gave him that money. Sure. And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? What do you mean? All the time too, you know? And I'm like, why the fuck would you tell me I shouldn't give him that money? Like, dude, you know, I almost felt at the time that, dude, shit, I'm 1, 2, 3 steps away from asking for money on the street. You know, it's like, I'm not that.
You lose your job for 6 months, you know?
That's it. And so I'm like, dude, you're kidding me, dude. The $20 to him hopefully fucking buys him a meal for a week, you know, because they're resourceful. You know, dude, a cup of coffee is everything, you know, and that's all it is. It's fucking winter time. It's cold. They just want a cup of coffee. That's all they want. Some people don't want beer, you know, it's crazy. And to bring that back up to now, my adult life, you know, I'm 26 now. So just quite literally, 3-4 months ago, I was at the damn 7-Eleven. All I was doing there was getting a red box. Okay. $1 red box. I'm outside the red box, and a homeless dude is sitting in between two red boxes. So it's not like you can spend a minute and not see the dude. I pulled up on this red box. I'm in the carport, but there's already two people there. So it's like, okay, I have to wait in line. So I'm sitting out. Hold on. I'm sitting outside the red box, and I'm waiting for the two people to get away from the red box, right? So I'm thinking, okay, you know, maybe these two people might drop $1 or whatever. They both left. Nothing. This dude's sitting with his head down, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm up at the red box. I get my red box. Instead of just walking back to my car, I'm like, hey, man, how you doing? Is there something I can get you inside? And you know what? I was expecting, yeah, man, you can get me a Gatorade, or you can get me a water. It kind of floored me. This dude was like, yeah, you can get me a V8 energy drink, a small coffee, and some Doritos. And I was like, really?
Okay.
Fuck.
So here's the thing.
So hold on. I went in. I was like, damn. I'm sitting there at the coffee machine. I'm like, fuck. Let me pour the coffee for this dude. So I put the lid on the coffee. I go back, get the Doritos, and then I'm like, man, where's the V8 drink? I'm getting the V8 drink. I get all the. It's like $7. I'm like, god damn. I go back. I give him all the drinks. I was like, got in the car. I was like, damn. I was expecting that dude just to, hey, man, you can give me anything you want. He asked for 3 fucking, like, he was being a little greedy. Well, not that I didn't have it. Again, I gave him what he wanted. And I was cool to give him what he wanted, but I thought it was a little bit odd that he just asked me for 3 particular things at that point in time.
So you're always going to have a mixture of, you know, those kind of people and people that really need it. So I'm going to give you 2 stories. And the first one's going to be the same as what you basically just said. So I'm in Hollywood. Actually, I'm in Beverly Hills, and I'm at this diner that is Larry King's, the talk show host. It's his favorite diner. So, you know, I'm with a couple friends, actually, Ben, that was just on the show, and his girlfriend at the time, and I was with Jessica, and so we're at this restaurant, and I see this guy, and he was obviously, you know, homeless, and he was in a wheelchair, and I saw him from inside the restaurant. I was looking out, and it was a cold day. So I just kept looking out there, and I'm the kind of person that will always help rather than not. Even if I don't have it, dude, I just do it. It's you could call it a flaw, or you can call it, you know, being suckered in or gullible or whatever it may be. But it's just what I do. So, you know, we're sitting down and we're about to order, and I said, you know, I'll be right back. And I walked outside and I asked this gentleman, I'm like, you know, are you hungry? And he said, yes, sir, I am. You know, I'm very hungry. And I was like, okay. I'm like, you know, I'm here in the diner. What do you want? And he tells me that he wants the salmon eggs Benedict. And I'm like, I'm thinking of my, you know, I'm like, okay, well, okay, yeah. I can get you this. Yeah, I mean, I guess, which, you know, you would think you'd just be kind of like, I mean, eggs Benedict, you know, sounds good. You know, not the salmon eggs Benedict. I didn't even know they even had that. So here I go back to the menu and I look at the menu. I'm like, dang, the salmon eggs Benedict is the most expensive thing on this menu. It was like $19. I'm like, dang, I didn't even know diner food could get that high. I'm like, man, I'm going to have to get the salmon eggs Benedict too now. So I got it. I'm like, man. So I brought it out, you know, and he's eating his food. And as we walk out, you know, he's eating the salmon eggs Benedict and he's having a good time. Well, thing is that, you know, this guy hangs out at this restaurant all the time. This guy has this happen to him all the time. And here I am, a tourist in Beverly Hills, and thinking like, oh, this guy's whatever. Which I'm sure he still needed it, but he just kind of relies on the people
He
there.
needed the salmon eggs Benedict,
needed
or
the
he
salmon, eggs
needed
Benedict.
a breakfast burrito for $2 down the street.
Whatever, right? But I think the point is that that was his life, and that's how he got by. And maybe that was the same as Matt. Matt's story is like, maybe that guy has been asked on multiple occasions, and he kind of gets by the people that come by and offer or ask him if he needs something. I'll tell you, now the complete polar opposite. And this just happened 2 weeks ago. There's a shopping mall in our area called the Block of Orange. So it's an outdoor shopping mall, and there's a Starbucks. So me and my wife are over by the Starbucks, and next to the Starbucks is a Lucky Jeans store. So my wife is in the Lucky Jeans store. I tell her I'm going to go over to Starbucks, get a Starbucks drink. So I get a Starbucks drink. As I walk out of the store with my drink, I notice a gentleman, homeless gentleman walking towards a trash can that's in the middle of basically like the two sides of the shopping mall. And his arm or his hand is missing up to about the middle of the forearm here. So he's holding like a 2-liter bottle of like soda of some sort with that arm, and he walks up to this trash can, and he starts digging through the trash can with his other arm, and he pulls out this piece of like chocolate cake that had been like half eaten or even more than that, and he pulls it out and he sets it to the side like he was going to eat that. And he still keeps digging to see like what else is in this trash can. Now, this is a gentleman that, obviously, he needed, the food, or he was truly in a place that, he was just trying to survive. So I walked over to him and I'm like, hey, are you hungry? And he was like, yes, I am. I'm starving. And I was like, dude, there's a food court. There's multiple restaurants all over this place. Where do you want to go? Let's go. And he could have picked anything. And there was, fine dining restaurant. There's everything. I was like, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'll get you whatever you want. So whatever it is, you tell me and we'll go there. And there's a Carl's Jr. right on, the outskirts of the shopping mall. You can literally just like walk out of the mall, and it's like right across the parking lot. There's a Carl's Jr. And he was like, I mean, there's a Carl's Jr. here. If we can, maybe just go to Carl's Jr., that'd be great. So we go over to Carl's Jr. We walk over together, and we're talking about, why he's in the place that he's in. And he was telling me that he was robbed. And he lived with this roommate, and he collects disability because he can't, work and whatnot. And, they're in a place where they don't have bank accounts. So he has his disability check cashed, and his roommate stole it and left. Just being in a bad environment. And, I felt super bad. And that's what I'm saying, like where, you just never know who you're talking to, or, who you're helping or why, because, everyone's got a different story. So we walk over to Carl's Jr. and I ask him, what do you want? I'll get you whatever you want. He was like, oh, I'll just have a Famous Star. Famous Star? That's 99 cents, dude. Like, I told you can have whatever you want. I want you to have like the, best thing, whatever you want, the double Western burger, super size, whatever. Right. So he was like, wow. He's like, okay, that sounds awesome. So I then told him, I'm like, I want you to order another meal to go. So, he got 2 of those, super size. I paid for it. I shook his hand and I left. And, he told me that with like a tear in his eye. It was crazy. Like, and it gets me like still when I think about, back about it, it's like, that was something that, has never been done. And it was something that he was very emotional about. And he thanked me very much from the bottom of his heart. And, it pleased my heart. And it's something that I feel that I'll continue to do because it's the right thing to do. But there's 2 sides of every coin. Remember that. So there's always going to be a good, there will always be a bad, but that bad shouldn't stop you from helping the good. You know what I mean?
Shit. Yeah, you're asking me for $100 over here. Asking me for $100.
That's what I'm saying. I was just messing with you, baby. I love you, dude. I would never, I mean, if I really needed the money, it wouldn't be like, hey, can I have $100, dude? I would call you on the phone and be like, Matt, here's my situation.
Dog, on the real. On the real.
Here's my situation.
Here's the situation, so you ain't got to ask 21 questions.
Exactly. That way,
okay.
Like either, dude, I love you, or you know what, you weren't really even my friend anyways. So thing is, I gotta go, right? So that's your choice to make. And I'm sure you would have been like, dude, I got you. You know, the money's here, right here. And that's totally cool. And I know that about you. So don't even trip on it. But what I'm saying is that just feel privileged that we can wake up every morning, like I was saying earlier, get up, make money, and we can do that on a reoccurring basis every day and take care of ourselves and, you know, some other people when they need it.
And
That's all.
our brethren, because our brethren is
yeah.
the human race,
Mhm.
you know, and they deserve it too.
Dude, you never know, bro. Like, you know, right now I could be in a good place. Clint could be in a great place. But
The
all it
stock
takes is
market crashes
stock
and
market
Clint's
crash
gotta
or
live at
real
your
estate market
house.
crash, bro, and we're like super out. Dude, we're done. You know, I mean, it could be that quick. God forbid that never happens, but it could. And it's not to say that we're bad people or, you know, we made mistakes. It's just that sometimes in life you catch a bad wave, and that's all. You know, and everybody needs a helping hand sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
Clint's corner. Where you at, dog?
Hey, that perspective is incredible, you know, and well, like what I was trying to say earlier is it's not it's not how people react to you, it's how you react to them, and you have to better yourself and you have to give. And I'm gonna go side topic because we have got way too serious on
I know, Clint.
homeless.
Let's take us there. I got a couple for you. I got one for you.
So the only thing I will throw out is NYC, their real estate market just got rated at $1 trillion. That's more than what is called the 20 greatest countries in the world as far as GDP. That's more than 3 of them.
Countries or
Countries.
states?
We lost all the viewers.
Oh, countries.
Again. Damn.
So New York City,
New York City,
the city of New York,
just in real estate, $1 trillion.
better
So-
than how many countries of the whole world?
Oh, no. The whole world. Oh, how I don't know how many countries there are out there. You know?
No,
You just
there's a
said
lot, but
countries. You just said countries.
No. Of the top 20 countries in the world, New York's real estate market is higher than 3 of those top 20 countries.
Oh my God!
So
So
that
they're
means
number
it's over-
17 in the whole world, just
Right.
themselves.
Right. And what's crazy is, you know, Jason and I sit here and talk, and you know, LA is number 2.
I would have thought it was San Francisco, but
Well,
maybe
no,
I'm wrong.
well,
Well,
we have
but
way more
that's-
people. We have way more people than San Francisco.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, man. Like you said though, it can go away. We had a horrible crash in 2007 that I know my parents were devastated from. I know a lot of the world was devastated from, and Jason's right. There can be a wave that comes and you can lose it all. And I guess, you know, hopefully the perspective I have is I'm going to smile and I'm going to have fun, and it's not going to change me, and I won't let it change me. And I'm going to keep going out there and working hard and trying to, you know, better myself and better the people around me.
Well, check this perspective, and I know we went deep, and this is going to be the last deep part that I go to, and this
All
is
right, let's take it off.
and then we'll go off topic.
Off the deep end. We'll walk in the
We're
plank
going
on
right
this.
off the plank. All right. So another video that I watched, a homeless gentleman. He's approached by somebody that's
Damn,
also
he's trying to
you
take
know,
it real deep here.
Yeah.
Okay.
doing a social experiment. He just wants to talk to the guy and say, you know what? What happened? What happened in your life that got you to this point? You know? And what the guy told him is that his wife, she developed cancer, and it was just him and her. They didn't have family here, you know,
Oh,
nobody
I
to
heard
rely
this
on.
story.
You heard this, sir?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just him and her. And he said that he would have been damned if he didn't spend every waking second with her, and for her to be, you know, battling
financially,
that,
emotionally, mentally,
yeah, everything.
all that.
You know, for her to battle that by herself in the hospital, it was not going to happen. So he lost his house. He lost his job. He lost everything. He was in the hospital 6, 7, 8 months, whatever it was, with nothing. And now 2 years later, you know, he's at that point where, you know, what's life about? Is it about money? Is it about stuff? Is it about houses? Is it about cars? Is it about, you know, what's it about? And it was about, for him, he would give everything again, just, you know, to have another day, or, you know, to be around his wife again. And that's what it was about. It was about the people that are in his life or your life, or, you know, the person that means the most to you to get through this life with. That's what it's about. It's not about the money, dude. The money comes and goes always. But I felt that was something that was very, you know, crazy, because you never, when you look at homeless people, you just never really like, you never think like, what
You've never
happened?
been in the You've never been in their shoes, man.
You've
No,
never been
you
in their
haven't.
shoes. You have no idea.
You
Like, I
haven't.
would have never thought, like, oh shit, this person's wife could have had cancer or whatever, or maybe he had cancer or something and was in the hospital for 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, you know, and was like literally drained of all income because it costs so much money to you know, pay for that kind of treatment. Didn't have anybody, didn't have any friends, family, anything like that to help him out in that way. And then he gets out of the hospital and he's sunk, has nothing. You know, how do you get back out? That's our problem. It's a big problem. How do you get back out?
Well, you know, that's kind of the theory of there's no opportunity, you know, here. There's not as much. To a little bit off topic, in
We got to jump off
senior
topic because it
year of
got
high
serious.
school. Hold on, real quick. Senior year in high school, okay? I'm in creative writing class, okay? It was kind of weird. We started reading this story. It was just this story about two teenagers, 18 years old, you know, really liked each other, really loved each other. They talked about how they had to move apart, and then how this guy, was helping the younger girl, the same age but just, you know, younger. She was trying to get into the same type of college he was getting into. He used to help her study in math, right? And he used to always tell her this, you know, this saying. It's like, hey, you know, just you got to get through it, right? And then this guy, he got accepted into this college, right? But this girl, right, she had to stay home, right? And then she was like getting into these different, you know, trying to get into these different colleges. And then she opened this book when she was trying to study to get into this like bigger college here in state. Even though he was gone, he had like said that same saying that he was always telling her about, like during school. And I actually cried in class. It was weird. This like short story in creative writing. It was just to try to teach us how to write better. I started crying in this class, right? And then of course, like everybody else was like, "Oh damn, dude, are you crying?" And I was like, "Dog, no, I'm not crying." And then everyone was like, "Dude, you're crying." And then I looked over at like
Hey, it's
three
all
of
right
the
to
other
cry, my man.
Dude, totally.
Dude, I looked over at three of the other like top dudes in the class. Dude, they were fucking tearing up. And then all of a sudden I had like the whole class, like 6 girls, 3 dudes just fucking crying about the story. And
Your
I could
class
just
only
remember,
had 10 people in it?
no, we had like 26. But it was like, you know, 10 chicks, 3 dudes. That was it.
Still
Then
13.
everybody else was like, dude, the fuck's going on here? Because it's high school, nobody cares. You know, it's like whatever, creative writing, you know, just to get a credit. You know what I mean? It's like not even worth it. I just want to say that I cried during class, and it was kind of crazy because the way you can learn the language and how people affect you, that's what turns around our lives.
Yeah.
You know, you see those people on the streets, you see how people talk, who's going for president, right? Your mom, your dad, or whoever you're hanging out with, you know, it's all about how they present themselves that could change you personally,
Right.
or the world, you know. And it's just how quickly someone can tug on your heartstrings, or talk about this or that, or whatever's important to you, or those people that are outside the Carl's Jr. that just wants a meal. You know, it's like they're reaching in the garbage can. It's like, dude, there's just little things in this world that hopefully to the good people respond, you know, and we all need to respond to that. We all need to try to better ourselves, better than people around us. And if you have it, dude, you know, donate it, or lift other people up. It's more than just words, it's actions too.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people out there that are, definitely in need. My whole thing is just, don't let one spoiled apple ruin the bunch. That's all. You never know what's going to happen. You might do something super nice for somebody, and it might be like some gag. Like it might be this thing, this person's, not really homeless or whatever. You never know like what may happen. It might, do something that
Could
may
be a
affect your life
social
in a way where you're
experiment
like,
on
whoa,
Facebook.
but like, we need more people out there like that. And there are people out there like that, but it just needs to happen more. I feel like we're either we're selfish or we're scared or whatever the case is. But, in order for this world, America anyway, to be the superpower it is, dude, we need to, continue on helping one another and get into the spot where, we know we could be, and be at our strongest, dude. And we can get there. We just need to open our minds a little bit. That's all. And that's why I told the stories I told. And that's why we have a person's perspective, is because, here we are, just normal people trying to give our perspective on life, on whatever it may be, and maybe touch a person here and there along the way. And that's what we're here for. And that's, in the least, what we could do. That's what I hope we can do anyway. So
Hey, and I think that's great. And we did talk about something. I'm going to throw it out there
yeah.
on the air. You and I are going to commit hours to building a home, or for Easter or whatever, because it's not always about giving your money. It's about giving your time.
Yeah.
And we are going to do that. I'm going to hold you to that. You better hold me to that.
Once it's on the
but
cast,
damn,
we're doing it.
Dude, almost. Except last time you got fucked up, dog. You're like, dog, hey, we're gonna have a cast on New Year's, dog, 2 a.m. and shit. That we're all sleeping.
Well, it came out to be like 6 in the evening. We still hit it on New Year's though. We were there. But we just we missed our mark just a second. But we're there. You know what I mean? Whether it's in a month, in 9 months.
Dude, I want to build a home for people.
Dude, doing it, like for Thanksgiving last year, we wanted to, donate our time. And what's weird is that out here, and it may be different where you are, Matt, I don't know, but out here, when you try to donate your time, they don't want just your time. Like they want your days. So
all of you, they want all of you.
They want all of you for a while. Like they wanted me to commit to going down there the day before for all the prep and everything else. And then,
but we got to commit to that at some point.
No, we should.
We got to commit to that.
I just didn't know at the time. Like,
it's hard. It's hard.
Oh, right.
And it's not that I didn't want to. It's just that I would have to like take days off, and I just wasn't prepared for that. And I couldn't do it. And I hated myself that I didn't do it. Although we did have a great Thanksgiving, had all our family here and whatnot. But I just feel like I need to do that. So whether it takes 2 days, 3 days of my time, we're doing it. So,
and
let me tell you guys, before, sorry, I got a very close person of mine who works with teens that don't have it right. They don't got a place to live, they don't got a place to stay. Like his job is to make sure that these teens have a way in life, and I feel like, quite honestly, you can do as much as you can for adult people, and I definitely respect that 100%.
Yeah.
But like doing what you can for the people that are 16, 17, 15 that are potentially on their way to changing the world.
Man, I used to love Matt, and pardon me, I used to
go
back to my high school and speaking. And I think you're onto something. That's something that we've got to do. Because that's it, man. They're the future. It sounds cliche again, but you're right on that point.
And that's why I coach athletics, because it's not, I don't coach. I don't, me personally, I coach wrestling. Okay, just to let everybody know. But I don't coach because I want to make people better at wrestling. Whenever we, at the end of practice, we break it down, it's like, go team, or whatever it is. For me, I always say, hey kids, go to your mom or your dad and thank them for taking you to practice, because you are what's shaping the world. You are what is going to perfect the system that we live in now. It has nothing to do with me, other than I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to teach you that you can be better than what you are now, or you can do great. um, if you don't have more coaches that aren't out for it for their own, personal, and that's just with anything. When you drop $1, you're a coach. You're coaching that guy like, hey, hopefully you take this dollar, and turn it into $2. And that's why I coach, youth. I like to see the kids that were once me, the kids that were like, what am I going to do in this life? And for me personally, I was like always looking to someone that can tell me like, hey, I'm going to do this, or, hey, I'm going to do this. And
You're right,
that's
man.
why.
And I've got some amazing friends in my life, and that goes with teaching, that goes with coaching, that goes to all levels of life. And I don't remember anybody along the road, man, but I remember this one guy, and he literally took me from being a nobody to being a Division I 3-star, college football athlete. And it wasn't, because he knew everything. It was that he believed in me. It was that he gave me the tools, and he taught me hard work. He taught me so many things about positivity and believing in yourself and getting in the zone. And that's I think what you're trying to talk about, what you're trying to give to your kids, and that's what needs to happen.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I was like you. I wasn't a Division I 3-star recruit at football, but I was also someone that was looking, my freshman year, coming in. I was like, I was a little guy. I was like,
You
where
still
am
are
I?
little, Matt.
I'm little. I'm a little guy. But I was like, where do I fit in? Because on the football field, I definitely do not fit in. So that's why I took wrestling so well, because it was like, man, I could wrestle at the weight class that is me. So I don't gotta fuck with dudes like you, Clint Corner, that are tight ends, maybe 185 pounds, who, whatever the fuck, I was like, dude, how can I go up against guys, but against guys that are 120 pounds, it was like, damn, it's me against you, but before I met the coach that drove me to where I am today, who knows where I could be. I could be on the football field failing. I could be on the soccer field not fast enough. Whoever it could be. So I always tried to pride myself on the coach or the person that will always look to somebody that is to the right of me or to the left of me and say, man, you could be faster.
Yeah, I think we got to circle back to what Jason said, and you never know the impact you're going to have on someone. So bring it right all the time, and affect people in the right way if you can. And let's switch topics, Jason.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
2 teams in Los Angeles. Do you want to get season tickets?
The thing is,
'Cause I do.
So when I was young, my father was a big Rams fan, and
I'm gonna be a huge Rams fan very soon.
Are you?
I am. Forget the Browns; they suck.
Fuck the Rams.
Dude.
No, you can be a Seahawks fan just because you can see your Rams play, 2 times.
Getting on the bandwagon, dude.
I'm not switching by any means, but I'm just saying I do appreciate the Rams coming here because I can't wait to start going to games.
Well, we need an economy. Our economy is garbage right now.
Oh, it's terrible.
LA.
But I think a majority of that money though is going to be going to LA, not Orange County.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Orange County is doing okay.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. So I mean, it's been 20
years. Hold on. I feel like you guys are talking about. So explain to our viewers what the fuck you're talking about. Rams? What do you mean? Are they in LA?
Rams. The St. Louis Rams.
So listen, yeah.
Let Clint's corner take it there.
Okay,
No. Jay's got it. Jay's got it.
No, Clint, I feel like you got it.
Over 20 years ago, the Rams used to be here in Orange County, and they actually played in the same stadium where the Angels play. Which is
did
the
we
baseball
meet Eric
team here.
Dickerson together or no?
Yeah,
we met Eric Dickerson.
At the Montage. Okay,
Famous Ram.
Yeah, famous Ram.
Okay, hold on. What the fuck happened at the Montage? Tell me.
Well, the Montage, first off, is one of the greatest places on this planet.
Once again,
5-star resort, big money, only goes there. So the Eric Dickersons of the world and the Clint Corners of the world.
Clint had you there.
It was my birthday.
It was his, yeah. So we're there, and all of a sudden we look over, and there's fucking, oh snap, my language just got slipped a little bit. So excuse me for that. But Eric Dickerson's right there, and
snap.
You know, I know.
Who's Eric Dickerson?
Second now to Adrian. No, pardon me. Single season leading rusher of all time in the NFL. He has the single most yards in one season. I believe
NFL history. He's got about 160 yards more than anybody has ever touched him.
Yeah, I believe he's 2,100 something.
Yeah, 21 something. I think.
There you go.
So, anyways, let's get back to the Rams. 20 years. Okay, it's been since the Rams have been here. Now, our baseball team, like I've told you before, and we used to live by this stadium,
and I had tickets.
They used to be called the Anaheim Angels. Now they're called the Los Angeles Angels, I believe, right?
Yes, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim,
which is not our county. Like our county is Orange County, right? So you would think that it would be like Orange County Angels.
It's actually a selling and a marketing tool.
I know it is. I know. I understand.
Yeah, that's point, right.
But it's not true. So like people like you would be like, oh shit, they live in LA. Well, no, we don't. So we're close though. We're like, we're very close. But anyway, so the Rams used to play there until they ended up moving to St. Louis. And a lot of people were heartbroken, including my dad. But that was the last time.
What was that, 88, 89?
Yeah, it was like
90?
No, it was not. It was in 90s.
90s?
It was in 90s. It was like 90, 94 or 95 was like the last year that they were here. And that was the last football game that I went to up until that preseason Seahawk game that I went to, which was, this year or 2015. So, basically I hadn't seen a game in 20 years, which is just crazy. I did see
live in
college.
person.
Yeah. I saw a couple of college games, but not pro. But anyway, so, fast forward. So now here we are, and the Rams owner want to bring the Rams back to LA. Got it approved. They're coming back. Apparently they're going to play at the Coliseum for 3 years. Few years. Yeah. Up until that stadium's built. Once the stadium's built,
Matt, you got to look up this new stadium.
Dude, the stadium's going to be ridiculous.
It's literally glass everywhere.
Ridiculous.
No, I heard about it. And here's the thing,
this guy that owns the Rams got big dollars.
Kroenke. Here's the thing. He's an NHL guy. That's why a lot of the St. Louis population is really upset, because Kroenke was never a football fan. He was a dollars fan. He was into making money, which is cool. Cool with me, cool with you. But like the Rams as the football team have never done super well after Kurt Warner. And after Kurt Warner, I mean, shit, it's been forever, right? So it's like
2001.
Yeah. So 15 years, right? So they've been like the Raiders. No. I don't know.
Sure
no, it wasn't.
I think they got to playoffs.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, Kurt Warner was the last thing that was ever great to the Rams. That was it.
Yeah.
Until then, fucking nobody.
Right.
Okay. But Kroenke, yeah, exactly. Kroenke was always looking for a way out, because, dude, St. Louis, not that. I mean, maybe a great place, like because of the Rams.
Town.
It's a baseball town, but remember, that's where, the Arizona Cardinals, that's where they came from too. They moved from St. Louis. They used to be the St. Louis
they
Cardinals.
already fucked up once, and they tried to make it, they tried to make it again.
For you. Yeah. Did you know they were the Chicago Cardinals? And they were actually in the first, I think it's 8 teams in the NFL, and Green Bay was not. I never knew that until today.
Are you sure?
Swear to God.
Because I thought the reason that they were called the St. Louis Cardinals is because the St. Louis, that's their state bird.
They might have, and I don't know this for sure.
Well,
they might have played in St. Louis, but I'm sure they started in Chicago.
Huh? Yeah, we got to figure that out.
It's crazy.
Dude,
I'm interested on that
Dude,
because
me and Clint's corner been to Chicago. You, Jay?
I have not been to Chicago. My
Dude.
wife's
Most
majority of
beautiful
her
city
family.
in the world.
Dude, it
Wendy's-
is great.
I just
It's
can't handle the winters.
Yeah,
no,
my
it's hard to
wife's-
be there. You're right. Because and not only because of the winters, but because you step into the wrong town and
Well,
it's
yeah,
not good. You got to get out of there.
but that's
you
like
know.
LA too.
That's I mean, there's a bad and good of every part, right? But
No,
yeah,
but
Chicago's got some
Chicago,
bad
like
parts,
you're
some
in the bad
parts.
part, and you might be caught in a shooting.
Well, yeah,
Easy,
when it,
fellas.
yeah,
We
when it's
have
being brought
Watts.
up by the president on a reoccurring basis, it's pretty bad. But it's his hometown too, so he's gonna bring that up. But it is a very bad place. They got some some bad spots. So
Real
but-
quick, just because of the cast, next year, 2017, okay. Let's say they keep the NFL draft in Chicago for next year. You guys down to go? Dude, it's been a dream of mine to go to an NFL draft.
You already know my answer, so
Dude, let's go to
He's the
Chicago
yes
for
man.
the NFL draft, dude.
I just got a text a few minutes ago. Clint, do you want to meet me in Vegas this weekend? I said, yeah, I'll see you there. So Chicago, I'll see you there.
Dude, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go to NFL draft 2017. Let's do it.
If it's in Chicago, I'll go.
Dude, Chicago's a great place. They found that out last year when they put the draft there. They're like, oh, damn, man, a bunch of people here. They love football, even though the Bears suck. Dude,
what does the draft like normally rotate or move or what's the
No,
deal with
it's
it? Is
normally in New
New York.
York.
always
It's
New York?
normally. Last year
This is the
was
first time.
last year was the first time they ever had it at a secular, or not a secular, but they moved it to Chicago to see how it would do. I think this year they're going to keep it at Chicago. So I think if it does well again, it should stay at Chicago.
Because I'd be down to go to New York. I don't know about Chicago. I mean, Chicago. To me,
No,
there's
man,
that's
Chicago
interesting
is
there.
great, dude. Chicago is awesome. I went there for a training event for the job that I do. Dude, we were in the clock tower, one of historic Chicago, man. It is great. It is.
LA too.
It's better. I went to LA. I went to Santa Ana. That's where I went.
Santa
For-
Ana might not be the best place in LA. Just
No,
FYI.
we went to PB. Or no. PB is San Diego. We went to Newport, right? Newport Beach.
Newport's
dude.
getting a little better.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I
a
went. I
nice
went
spot.
to some Italian
Newport
joint.
Coast, Laguna, Dana Point.
You
Well,
gotta come
look-
out here and get to our area, bro, and check out what we got.
I think we're gonna do that.
Dude,
I'm
South
going
County
to.
is the spot. I'm telling you right
It-
now,
It might be better than Chicago.
it's the
No,
shit.
well, I'm going to Vegas twice this year, so I don't think I got any more trips in me. But
You're going twice?
I'm going twice. In August, right after July. So to tell the view, me and Jay on the other end, and potentially Clint's corner, because you can't tempt Clint's corner with a good time and him not be there.
Right,
But we're going to Vegas for UFC 200.
right.
Okay, that's July 9th, I think. We're
Right.
there. We're both staying at the Cosmo. Okay,
Right.
we're gonna be there. So if anybody wants to come and stab us in the back kidneys, we're gonna be there. But we're gonna hang out and have fun. But in August, I'm going back.
I didn't know you were
so
staying at the
literally-
Cosmo. You didn't tell me that part yet.
I did actually. Remember, I sent you the video. Remember,
Well, what kind of room you got?
wraparound, dog. Remember?
The
I'm fucking
wraparound at the
around.
Cosmo? The
Yeah.
wraparound terrace?
Dude, the wraparound suite. That's what
No,
I
you
got.
didn't.
Hopefully my girl ain't looking because it's a surprise. Hopefully my girl
dang,
ain't watching.
She don't watch us. It'll say a surprise.
she
She won't
ain't
even know
watching.
till July watch.
No, she ain't watching.
No.
But yeah, I'm sent the wraparound for UFC 200. Just gonna hang out there. But the
We're
next
gonna
month,
go big.
dude, the next month I'll be back. Okay. And I'll be back in August, like 28th, last weekend of August, because the fantasy football league that I'm in, I mean, we do it hard. And we're trying to go and do our live draft fantasy football in Vegas.
Right, right.
I hope you're going to meet me there because you're only like 6 hours away, 8 hours away. So you're going to meet me there and hang out.
Very good possibility. Very good possibility.
I was talking to Clint's corner.
4 would be the
Okay.
correct answer. 4 hours away.
Nah, then the thing is, I have things to do.
No,
Thanks.
here's the thing. My all my money's in my savings, and I gotta bring it to my checking.
That's what I'm saying. There's a
It
time
takes
lapse.
3 days.
It takes a while.
Yeah, it's actually 9 months
is.
now.
All right, let me bring it back to you guys on a topic, okay?
This has
Are
got to
you
be the
ready?
last topic. We're gonna go ahead and close out on this.
No, we ain't closing out at all. We got time.
Wow.
Okay, listen. I know both of us here.
I think it should be based on the viewers. If there's more than 10, let's stay. If
There's
not,
11. There's 11.
then we're staying.
All right.
Wow.
So let me tell you, okay? I'm a pretty big Conor McGregor fan. How do you feel about this, Clint's Corner?
Huh.
Dude, when we were about to start the cast, he had
Yesterday.
his Connor shirt on, and damn, he's got his MMA shirt on now, but he was killing it last night. And it's repping on the Instagram, on the Facebook, but he's definitely a Connor fan. That's a for sure.
Can I hear it from Clint's Corner,
Go
though?
ahead.
You know, that man is a little arrogant, but he's the best. He gets in your head, and he wins. And whatever it takes, he will push his body to the limit. He knows he's going to win. And how can you not respect a guy like that?
So, can you tell people how me and you first met?
UFC 183?
189. Nice
189.
try.
That was close. My dearest friend, Jason, that had to go to the restroom, for my birthday got me VIP passes. And
To the
I thought,
expo.
I thought he and I were the only clowns that would be there at 12 o'clock, but there was one other one. And that was you, my friend. And well, we happen to all be UFC fans. Love the art, love the discipline, love the patience, the timing, the commitment. And you know, anybody that has a good work ethic, works hard, and will buy me a beer after that I buy them a drink, I'm okay with.
Okay. What does that mean, though? I remember when we first met each other, right?
Right, it was in the line for the VIP, right?
Well,
And I said, "Can I get you a drink?" And you said, "I'll take a Heineken." And I said,
Right.
I can't believe that crap, because we're having vodka this, whatever.
vodka pineapple, if I
I don't
remember
think it said
myself.
I don't drink the pineapple.
Was he having Heineken
No.
Light?
I don't know.
No,
But-
no, I did not. Jason,
Wait,
you
that's
had
the
but he,
Light, right?
but he
Oh,
was
okay.
very specific about the fact that he is not having what we're having, and I offered him the drink.
Yeah.
I said, "Would you like to have a drink that we're having?" He was, "I'll take a Heineken or some kind of beer." And I think
No,
I
I
even
think
said,
it was
"I don't think they'll
It
have
was-
that."
You
I think it
remember,
was
right?
Heineken.
What's that?
No, you remembered 100% right. I was like, no, I'll
was
take a
Heineken, wasn't it?
Heineken. And Jason was like, dog, we drinking vodka pineapple. It's like the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, dude, pineapple? He's like, dude,
Ciroc.
just
I
trust
think it
me.
was. I think it was Ciroc pineapple.
Yeah, it was
No.
Ciroc
With
pineapple
Diet
with
Coke.
Diet Coke. That was
Yeah.
us all day.
Yeah, we were on a
Anyway.
kick with the peach Ciroc or the pineapple Ciroc.
They didn't have peach Ciroc there though, so we had to rock the pineapple.
No. Oh, okay. So that was how you got to pineapple?
Right.
It was
right.
originally peach.
We normally
but
don't mess
didn't
with
fuck
pineapple,
peach.
but that's okay.
Okay, so that's how I met Clint's Corner. Secretly, I met him for that. You know, when Jason bumped into me, had Clint around him, he was like, dog, we got to get out of here. And then, you know, you didn't know, but Jason like wanted to strike up a convo with me because I had a Seahawks hat on.
And that's the
You know.
coolest part. So, you know, we actually just talked about this earlier watching the game. You know, me and Matt are back and forth, you know, texting, talking, whatever, like, oh my God, come on. Like, this is what we need to do, blah, 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 to get in. And after the game was over, you know, he's like, you know, how crazy is it that, like, you know, we became friends and like you're also a Seahawk fan? I'm like, bro, like I would have never talked to you most likely if you didn't have that Seahawk hat on. And he was rocking, you know, this UFC fight week, or what was it? It was a fight week, right?
No, it
Shirt?
was the shirt you got from being a VIP member.
Yeah, it was like the
Remember, you
VIP
had it
like
too.
fight week, you know, whatever, UFC shirt with his VIP, you know, tag on, which we both had and Clint had, but he had the Seahawk hat on. And I was like, dude, okay, this guy's a Hawk fan, dude. That's tight. So that's what made me actually strike up a conversation. Also, though, also, you know, he had the shirt on that, you know, in the VIP like we had. So it was like, okay, we could talk about like, yo, you're VIP, we're VIP. Like, and that's how the whole thing started. But thank God it did, dude. Because honestly, you're a cool dude. You know, I love you to death. And I'm glad we started what we started. And I can't wait for what the future holds, dude, honestly.
So tell me about Conor McGregor, because that's what we started this whole thing on.
I thought I went off on that pretty well, man. You know, it's the guy's got it. He refuses to lose. He's relentless. He has a mentality that's better than yours. He'll outwork you, he'll out-tough you, and he'll talk major trash to you and your family to get you to come at him so he can take 2 steps back and knock you out in 12 seconds. It's, pardon me, 13.
He beats you before the fight starts.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you have to respect that.
Yeah, he that guy is that guy honestly, he inspires me too in a completely different way, but by far my favorite fighter to this day. I mean, I was a huge Brock Lesnar fan, and you know, we're going to this UFC 200, and one of the reasons why I'm going is because, you know, I got the UFC 100 at my apartment at actually Parkford Indian where we met, and to me, it was like one of the most epic, you know, fight cards out there. So I'm thinking like, you know, the same kind of thing. Like UFC 200 is going to be just as crazy, just as cool, and to be there live is going to be wild. So UFC 100, Brock Lesnar was on the main card. He was the main fight.
Who was he fighting? Was it Couture?
No, he fought Frank Mir.
It was Frank
Mir. It was the second Frank Mir part 2 because Frank Mir beat him the first time by knee bar. And yeah, and then Brock just destroyed him. But like, you know, there was Dan Henderson versus Michael Bisping where there was like that, you know, crazy like flying down knockout that, you know, Michael Bisping.
Silva.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was Bisping.
I'm talking about Future.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know, which is so weird.
What is that all about?
I have no idea.
It's like a warm-up fight for him.
It's because what's his name declined the fight. That other Brazilian fighter. What the heck is his name?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about fighters right now. We're talking about how Anderson Silva is going to be fighting Michael Bisping, which is just crazy.
Yeah,
because the other Brazilian fighter, what the heck is his name, dude?
At what weight?
What's his name?
185.
Yeah, 185. He fights at 205, 185. Beast, old guy, dude. He's been around forever. Fast as hell, like just a monster.
Jacare?
No. But anyway, he declined the fight. So now they gave it to Bisping. So Bisping's fighting Anderson. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is Anderson's going to win, right? Then Anderson's going to be put up against George St. Pierre at UFC 200. That's
mega fight, super fight.
Yeah. Then I think they're going to sign Cyborg, which just won last night, and I think she's going to fight at catchweight versus Holly Holm at 200.
That wasn't my thing.
I will be there if Silva
GSP
fights GSP. I will be there.
I'm telling you right now, it's going to be something amazing.
Well, I'm going to be there either way. So,
but what I was trying to get to in the beginning is, you know, I was a fan of Brock Lesnar, and the reason why I was a fan of him is because his veracity, his intensity, his attitude, like everything that he represented was like of being the best. You know,
that was his job, and
that was his job.
You know, in wrestling, bro, you have to hype it up.
Yeah, and he sold it for me. Like, and I love that about him.
And Conor's kind of like that.
That's where Conor's at for me. I'm like, dude, he sells the fight. He makes me want to watch the fight, and whether the fight lasts 5 seconds or 5 rounds.
Oh, Clint, you wasted your money. Why would you buy tickets to that?
How crazy is that?
Come on.
So I got that a lot too. I got it a lot too.
People were like, "Oh my god, aren't you pissed that the fight only lasted 10 seconds?" Not at all.
Not at all. It was my exact answer.
And all the other fights were badass too.
Dude, they were badass, and we were there since the prelims. We were there for hours on end. You know what I mean?
And we rode that huge carnival thing.
Yeah, dude. By the time the Conor fight came on, you're so
the fucking the high roller.
The high roller.
Oh, very underrated.
Which is so sick. Oh,
dude, we hit it. We were there.
Yes, for that one.
So, you know, I mean, you know, that's what I like in a fighter. I want somebody that can do everything. That can fight, that can back it up, that can sell the fight and represent themselves in a way that no other fighter can, and that's what Conor is, and that's what I'm about. So, you know, he is my favorite fighter. I'm just hoping that, you know, this fight scares me a little bit. you know, I'm hoping it's not like what I think it's going to be, because Rafael dos Anjos is, that guy is scary, dude. I don't
No,
know,
it's
man.
not that he's scary. It's that you've never seen Connor at 155 other than to lose to Duffy. I think he fought Duffy at 155. He got choked out.
Well, remember before he came to UFC, he was a 2 division champion. He had the lightweight and the featherweight belt in that other organization. He had both of those, and he came over to UFC and was on a tear. I think
you think.
Yeah,
Conor
I don't
McGregor's
know
gonna
if
win.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he has.
so. I think Connor's going to win. I get nervous.
Is he gonna put $1 million on himself this time?
Yeah, I get nervous with Connor because
Shit,
like
if he does, he'll win.
He's gonna be the underdog.
I just don't want the
He
confidence.
is. He
so
is the
high.
underdog.
I just don't want it to get so high to where he makes a mistake.
I
That's all.
disagree with that. I feel
Really?
like if the confidence is high, that's when you perform this. That's when you understand that, hey man, if I don't win this fight, like it's over.
Yeah, I mean that's confidence and arrogance, and I don't know
That's what it
if I
takes.
straddle that line very well or not. Some people call me arrogant, but
You won't be Clint's corner
Yeah.
if you weren't a little bit arrogant as well as
True,
confident.
true. And he wouldn't be Conor McGregor if he wasn't as arrogant and as cocky and as confident as he is. And he is.
So let me ask you a question. A lot of people struggle with this as UFC fans because, I mean, some people do, some people don't. But let me ask you guys, and I'm going to delete this part from my phone right after I ask it. Do you respect Dana White and the person that he is? Now, let me hold on before you, because people want to get crazy with that. But let me put it this way. Number one, okay, looking for a fight, Dana White. A brand new YouTube. Awesome, right? For fans, right?
Awesome.
But some people are very anti Dana White. They're anti the idea that Dana White's taken over. They're anti the idea Dana White has so much power.
Unknown, because I feel like Dana White is he's trying to limit himself as much as possible. See, Dana White wants to retire soon. When
I don't believe that.
Yeah, no. Just listen to me for a second. So when Chael Sonnen had his whole Anderson Silva, nonsense that was going on, where it was like, Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck, all this stuff, and he was like one of the best talkers in the sport. There was talks of Chael Sonnen taking over Dana White's position. I don't know if you knew that or not.
That was never real. Come on.
No?
Dude, Dana White, like, there's no way a fighter all of a sudden can take over.
How do you know?
Dana's
Dude,
position.
bro, Conor McGregor is taking over.
No, it doesn't matter. Dana White still has control. No, Dana White still has control.
Anything he wants, bro.
Yeah, because Dana White knows what a cash cow. But here's the thing. Is.
Here's the thing. They're a business.
Hey, that's how Chael was back in the day,
dude. He was selling tickets, dude. It's a business. Okay,
Chael lost.
Listen to me for 1 second. What is Dana White's number one job?
To make money for the UFC.
Right, by talking. That's what he does is talk. He doesn't do anything other than talk.
To promote. He's a promoter.
He's a promoter. And who was one of the best at that time was Chael Sonnen. Nobody was better.
At that time. But,
at that time. Now, listen to me for a second.
One fight, and he lost by triangle choke in the 5th round. He lost.
Conor McGregor is trying to start his own promotional,
which I'm cool with, because Conor has never lost. He's not.
But the thing is, dude, is that they may just fucking make him the vice president or the whatever of the UFC to stop him from doing that.
Nope, never. Conor McGregor is a fighter. He knows he's a fighter. They are never gonna promote Conor past fighter. There'd be no reason to. They're gonna ride Conor. They're gonna ride Conor until Conor loses. I mean, shit, fuck. Until this point, Conor has been the main thing carrying the UFC. Ronda's lost.
Yeah.
People still know Ronda, but after Ronda, she just got head kicked. I mean, she got KO'd in the worst way. Now it's all Conor, whatever Conor wants. So if Conor wants to go to 155, they want to change their rules on, if you can be a multi-belt title holder, then do it. You know, like they got to. That's why they got up. Dude, Conor McGregor is going to be the first $100 million contract man. His contract, I think, is up after next fight. I'm not too 100% sure, but this fight, like if Conor wanted to say, just like Cam Chancellor said to the Seahawks, guys, you know what? My contract's done in 2 years, but I'm going to hold out. I ain't going to fight. You know, dude, what is the UFC going to do? No one's going to watch a fight unless it's got Robbie Lawler in it or TJ Dillashaw.
Dude, that's
Cruz.
what I'm saying, bro.
Because,
like, I'm telling you right now, Dana White at some point wants to retire. He's ready to retire, dude. Like,
not right now. He's young, dude. He's young.
They talk about this job. Dude, he's been doing it since 92, bro. Like, he's
doesn't
over
matter.
This shit.
It's just now hit its stride. It's just now hit its stride.
Well,
he's nowhere even close.
All right. Well, if you want to put a bet on when he retires?
Okay,
I bet you
let's
retires.
do it. I knew you were gonna do it there. Okay, what is the bet?
In the next 2 years, I'll put a bet on it.
Okay, hold on. 2 years from now, it
2 years from now, so 2018,
January 17th, January 2018, January 17th.
Why don't we make this interesting? When he
no
retires,
way, Clint's Corner. No, we
retires,
ain't gonna take a $25,000 bet. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I guess that's where I was going. So,
okay,
I was gonna say when he announces his retirement, the last fight. If it's before 2018, you pay for it. If it's after 2018, Jason pays for the tickets for the fight.
Oh, that's a good bet.
Okay. All right, deal. 100%.
All right.
Extend your hand.
Got it. I'm with
Shake it.
Like a tail feather?
Got you.
Yes. Okay. So let's clarify the bet. Let's clarify it for everybody, me and you and all the viewers.
2018, which is December 31st of 2018. After that point,
yes.
If Dana White is still the president, still active, not any it can't be like, oh, he's still in the position, but like there's somebody else that's kind of like taking his place for a little bit.
But there's still someone in his way.
It's got to be he's like still repping it just like he is now in 2 years. Okay.
Then hold on. If the fight happens January 18th, I win, or because it was made
January 18th,
before
2019, you win.
You win.
No, 2018. Okay. So that's a lot. That's a whole year, 365
so what
days.
Are you taking? Are you want 2018 or 2000?
It's 18 because we're in 2016
no,
right now.
So 2 years from now.
Right. So if it's January 18th, 2019.
Yeah, it's January 18th. Yeah, 2018.
No,
yeah,
2018. 2018.
Right.
You're calling 2 years from right now.
Right now.
Okay.
So if the fight is made January 2018, but January 20th, you're buying.
Today's the 17th.
Right.
Because you're buying and we're going wherever it is. If it's Sweden, we're going.
If he announces,
no, that's not
he's
the case
retiring
because you wouldn't want to do that.
It's going to be in Vegas, first of all.
Yeah,
he's not going to retire unless it's in Vegas.
Fight, right? It'll be a Vegas fight card. Let's just put it that. The next card you want to go to in Vegas.
So should we shorten the bet a little bit? Let's go the New Year's fight. The New Year's fight. Are you willing to accept the bet on the New Year's fight? Could definitely be in Vegas. So just like this year, it was Condit Lawler like January 2nd. So if Dana White is still president for the very first fight of 2018, which is that very first fight of 2018. So it could be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. You're paying for it and we're going.
No.
Silence on the other side. What is it then?
So I'm back. I'm okay. So I'm readjusting it.
No. Oh, he's about to take it back. Clint's Corner said, hey man, the stock market ain't looking too good.
Clint's Corner came in. All right. I got to go 3 years. I got to go 3 years from
nope.
I got to go 3.
Nope. Hey, we video.
Nah,
Dude,
bet's
we
off there.
video channel.
You can't go
Listen,
3. It's got to be 3. It's got to be 3.
Dude, we
did start by
video
saying two.
channeled shake.
No, but
We
he also
video
was gonna change it
handshake.
too. You wanted to change the bet already.
But yeah, you can't go 2 years from now and say, the New Year's bet.
So I'm gonna say 3. That's my bet. 3 years from now, January 18th, 3 years from now, he will be
You
retired.
added the whole year.
Because here's
Why
the
don't you
thing.
take the New Year's
Because
bet
here's the
on
thing.
in 3 years? So
Okay,
like 2.5.
hold
years,
on.
2, whatever.
Because here's the thing.
God damn.
We're
I
talking.
said
We're not
hold
talking
on,
about.
Hold on.
We're not talking about $100. We're talking about like this is gonna be thousands of dollars.
A solid.
Hold on,
ticket's gonna be
Jason. Your
700.
internet is wagging out. Hold on.
So
Hold
yours
on.
is too.
No, hold on. Let's just let it go.
Wow.
Okay. So you're saying you're gonna add a year to the bet?
Right.
A year?
1 year.
Look at
And
this
you're
guy
gonna
adding
expect
drama.
me to
You're gonna
accept
add
that bet
a
after we
year?
already
We should.
after we already handshaked over
First
the
off,
internet?
You're the first one that did try to change the
You
bet.
changed the bet already. First off, and second off, your hand wasn't here just because it's on the camera. I mean, I didn't feel
Knock
anything.
it off.
I
My-
didn't feel anything, dude.
My hand was
I was
right
waiting
here.
for it. I just never felt it. I'm
Dog,
like,
you
yo,
felt
you
it like the Star Wars. You felt
Where
it
are
like
we?
the Star Wars.
Where's your hand at?
Right
Give it
here.
to me. Huh? Nah, missed it.
No,
Damn.
no, I think you
Damn.
missed that because you were overconfident. I think you need to stay true like a man to your
No,
original
I'm
bet.
gonna say it. No, I'm saying it
Yeah,
3
that's
years.
right.
You can
I
talk
think
shit all
you
you
need
want.
to.
I'm gonna say
No,
3
I
years.
ain't talking
That's it.
shit.
That's my
I'm
bet.
talking realness. You're
You can
gonna
take it
go
or not.
back on a bet. You're
Take it
going
or
back
not.
on a bet.
Take it
No,
or
I
not.
ain't.
3 years.
I ain't taking
You
it.
trying to change it first, dog?
No, I tried to change it 17 days. You're trying to change it 370 days. Like I ain't trying to change it that much.
350. Nah, what? 347 days.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't trying to change it a whole
That ain't
goddamn year.
Shoot, that ain't nothing. You know?
No, you better fucking original bet me
No.
right here.
No, it's going to 3
No.
years or bets off.
No,
It's up to you.
no,
It's up to you.
I don't give a shit, dude. You're losing the bet anyway.
No.
Because I already told you 2 years, and you even you had to have somebody console you on the original bet because
Dude,
you
that's
knew
why
you
I
were
got Clint's
wrong.
Corner here, dog.
Nah,
Clint's
it ain't
Corner's
even
here
happening.
to counsel, to motivate, to inspire.
I don't like to admit this, but
Jason's wrong.
when there's money on the line,
You can't renege.
you never bet with your heart.
Here's the thing.
Right.
Okay, let me. Since you said that, I'm gonna bring up an example of what you did last cast. Okay, now we bet a bottle of Ace of Spades
Which is more expensive
after the bet.
than the
After
ticket.
the bet, we were Snapchatting each other, and he's like, "Yo, we going 2 bottles." I said, "Done." On the cast, he said, "I'm gonna have to renege on the second bottle, though." Like it was no big
Okay.
deal. Do you remember that? So don't even get me.
Okay, hold
don't even
on.
act like, "Oh, that's messed up."
Okay.
You gonna go come back on your bet? So here's my bet. 3
All
years.
right. All right. Hold on. All
right.
Let's do it. Let's
Unless
do it.
you want to go
original.
2 years and we'll go 2 bottles of Ace of Spades. It's up to you.
Okay, that's what I'm agreeing to.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, if Dana White does not make it past January 17th, okay, of 2018,
Yeah.
okay, then I will owe you a trip to Vegas for the fight, and I will owe you 2 bottles of Ace of Spades if Hillary Clinton gets voted into
Now
president.
you're combining 2 bets. No, we ain't combining 2
No,
bets.
that's what we're doing.
No,
It's not a parlay.
no, we're not
No.
parlaying the bet, bro.
No,
we already
listen,
have a bet.
We're
The
gonna
only reason I
reset.
brought up that other bet is because you're telling me that I can't go back on my bet when you
Hold
go back
on,
on
we're
yours.
gonna go back on both bets. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
No,
we're gonna
not.
go
There's
back
already
to
a
the
bet that's solid.
Jason.
already
We're
a bet
gonna
that's
go
solid.
back to the original bets.
So when do we get back in high school?
Dude, yo, okay.
no, we
got
got to square this. No, we have to square it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
So
here
stop
you
it.
go. Siri, can you give me a timer for 2 minutes?
no.
You guys have 2 minutes to get this done.
All right, go ahead, Jason. You got 1
So my
minute.
thing is we already made a bet. The bet changed by adding another bottle, which is another
Hurry up.
$500.
Go.
You got scared and you reneged on the bottle. All right.
Okay, we're gonna go
We
2
just made
bottles on
another-
press.
just hang on a second. We just made another bet where I said 2 years and I'm reneging and I'm saying 3 years. if it's okay for you to take the two bottle bet back, then I can take the 3-year bet. So either you take the 3-year bet, or we go to the 2-year that you first agreed on, and we go back to the 2 bottles of Ace of Spades.
That's what I want.
You're up. You got 30 seconds. Go.
No, that's what I want. I want 2 years bet for me and 2 bottles bet. So
okay, so in 2016, this year.
Okay, no, you got to give him 30 seconds.
No, so you're right. You're right. If Donald Trump or Republican, because honestly, I'm voting
No,
Republican.
not Republican. Donald Trump. Don't.
Well, okay. If it's not Hillary, then you lose too.
Donald
so
Trump.
Either way,
You pick Donald Trump. That's who you picked.
And I win all y'all's Ace of Spades when neither.
No,
of them win.
okay. If Donald Trump gets voted, I don't have to pay you shit. If he does, you give me 2 bottles. Okay. If also because of the bet, if Dana White does not retire and set a fight before January 17th of 2018, then you pay my way to Vegas for the fight on January 19th.
It's just the
and
It's
Paying
just
the
a
way.
ticket.
Just a
first
ticket.
off. It's not the trip to Vegas. It's
30
just a
seconds.
trip
Ticket.
to the fight.
Just
And it's
the
you,
ticket.
not Michaela. It's just you.
It's
Oh,
your ticket to the fight.
So
fuck.
we're talking
Okay,
a ticket
just
to the
a
fight,
ticket.
all right?
Just
Which
a
is basically
ticket.
a $500 bet is where we're going.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
So you got
the ticket.
24 seconds left.
Just
So-
the ticket.
If
And
you're
then-
okay with if Hillary wins, you give me 2 bottles of Ace of Spades.
Okay.
Okay.
Deal.
And then if in 2 years, if Dana White retires, you pay for a ticket of mine to the next fight after he retires.
Deal.
Okay, deal. Now shake it.
Deal. Okay.
That's $1,000 of Ace of Spades that you're gonna be putting in my fucking
Plus
table right here.
$500 a ticket, so that's
All right.
$1,500.
Well, the alarm's going off. Look, the alarm's going off. Look, that's it. Bet settled. That's it. You see
Dude, it
that?
was over. It
Alarm's
already
up.
happened. 2
Okay.
years on you, dude. That's
That's it.
gonna pay me out. So I'm
That's
good.
right. You're gonna be so sad, bro. You're gonna be a sad.
So answer the
individual.
question, Clint. Hey, answer the question, Clint's Corner. Do you respect Dana White?
I'm gonna shock some people here, and I'm actually shocked because I would think the man to the left of me, one of my favorites, probably the favorite, he is a Democrat through and through, and my man Dana White is a monopoly.
I know
He
is.
runs it, baby. He makes all the money. His fighters, no. Unless you're on top, you're not making much. So he got a deal for Reebok, and he's going to try to make his people a little more money. Now, he is a businessman. He works hard. He kills it. I can't hate a man for that. Do I respect it? Yes, I respect anybody that's going to go kill it.
Answer.
Now,
he respects it.
He needs to give back to this game, though. When it's time to retire, he needs to give back to the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So
That's what I
35
said.
years from now.
No, the day after he retires, he needs to start giving back.
Okay, so 5 years from now, and I win the bet.
No, 2 years from now when you lose the bet. No,
Oh,
I'm just playing.
okay.
I think
so
I think it's
two
gonna
on
be 3.
one.
I think it's gonna be 3 years.
I think so too.
Okay,
But
so
I-
you
sorry.
think your boy's gonna lose the bet?
I think Jason's gonna lose that one. I
That's
think
all right. I'll win the.
I
first
think
one.
he's gonna win the Ace of Spades though. And
That's
here's
$1,000.
here's the
I'm cool with
reason.
that.
You know, the people that were on here the other day. Listen, if Rubio gets there, he's gonna beat Hillary. But right now, polls say if Hillary goes against Trump, it's a done deal. Hillary wins. By a landslide.
Damn, he quiet.
It's like 63% to 37 if Hillary goes against Trump. So I hate to tell you that.
And he's a
So
he's a Republican.
So
I'm
you
just
better
letting you know
start
that.
rooting for Marco
not a
Rubio.
Republican. I'm not a Republican at all.
You are
I'm
what you are.
voting
You
for
were. I just
Trump.
said
I
he's a
think
Republican.
No, you are what you are. It doesn't matter about that. I'm just
I'm
telling
not a
you.
Republican. I'm just,
If it
I
goes-
just want to
He's just giving
state
you the
that.
Republican view. That's all I'm telling you.
If it goes Trump versus Hillary, Hillary will win.
I think that if Trump appoints Cruz or Rubio for vice president, Trump will win.
You think he's that smart?
I don't think he would do
Yeah,
that.
I think he is exactly that smart. That's what I think. That
Now
is
the
a
second
correct
question
assumption.
is he too arrogant to understand his own intelligence?
Not
First off,
at
he's been
all. If
talking
you
mad shit on Ted Cruz for the
no,
Right.
for the last week or
no.
two.
Right.
If you watch the last debate, he said very publicly that he respects Cruz for potentially nominating him for vice president, and that he would also do the same. You know, that it would be a possibility. He's a smart man.
Who
Trump
would you rather
knows.
have, Marco Rubio or Cruz?
I would have both.
There's
I've
only
had both.
one nominee.
Yeah, what the hell? What do you mean?
Rubio or Cruz? Was that the
Yes.
question?
So essentially, Cruz is the people's champ, and Rubio is the millionaires champ. Who would you want?
I like Rubio. I just like him. I don't know what it is about him, but I like him.
He's succinct. He's intelligent. He delivers a good message. Yeah, I mean that's really all there is to it.
So let me ask you, Clint's Corner. You know Conor McGregor, right? He trains at Straight Blast Gym, Ireland.
Okay.
Did you know that there was a Straight Blast Gym in Seattle? It's like it's a conglomerate. Did you know that?
I did not.
I was looking it up the other day. I was like, Straight Blast Gym. You know, I was looking it up. I was like, maybe I can buy a T-shirt. You know, I was like, maybe I could buy a T-shirt that the Ireland gym was fucking with, right? And I went there and I was like, Straight Blast Gym. Popped up a Seattle Straight Blast Gym. There's a Straight Blast Gym in Seattle. I didn't even know that. So I was thinking about maybe going in and checking it out.
Hey man, and that's where you got to be careful, because that guy makes his money everywhere, and if you want to have your hand in everything, he like Jason said, you might have to hire him as a vice president, or you might have to do something like that, because is it Straight Blast Gym? Is that the one he has? thought it was
Yeah,
called
SBG, dude.
Straight Blast.
SBG.
Straight blast.
Okay, Jason, what I was saying is there's a Straight Blast Gym, right? You know, it's Connor's shit, right?
Yeah.
But SBG, there's one in Seattle.
That's pretty dope.
100%.
But
Dude,
does
it
belong
is.
to
I was thinking
Connors?
it is 100%. It's the
Oh,
same
okay, that's dope.
conglomerate.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
here's
was
the
thinking
thing.
about heading in there just to see, just to tape.
I
I
would.
should. You're right. I should.
I would.
I don't know. I just feel like I should. And
Well-
it was weird because that ties into the last thing I was going to say before we completely wrap up this whole thing, because we love Connor, right?
Yeah.
We love all that he is, but tell me that there's not sometimes you kind of go through like Connor's his whole repertoire for the UFC. Do you ever do that?
What do you mean? Like watch his fights or like what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Well, like sometimes I catch myself on the the Thursday night, just like, bored or something, and I go through Conor McGregor's record on SureDog, and I'm like, okay, he won this guy. So I go to YouTube and I'm like, okay, this guy versus Conor McGregor. And sometimes I catch his fights when he was like 20, and I watch him, just to see like, okay, where's he going? Is this the kind of guy that I can see turning into the guy that I know now, after seeing it?
Well, Connor,
it's-
I mean,
Hold on, let him finish, because
Alright.
I'm curious where he's going.
Go
with
ahead.
this.
No, I mean, that's it. I mean, so here's the thing. I eventually, after, so many fights, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights, 7 fights, I get to the very first fight Conor McGregor had against Marcus Brimage in the UFC. And when I watch that, it's very public. You can see it everywhere. YouTube, fucking online, everywhere, right? But when you watch it, it is so weird to watch. Because me and you, right, and Clint's Corner, let me integrate you. We all seen Conor at his absolute best, at his absolute best. I mean, the weigh-ins, right? We were there, 8 rows back. We saw that shit.
In life, and one of the hardest things to understand is it's not what you did yesterday, it's what you're gonna do. And he has that mentality, right? He might not have been the best at 20. But he's the best right now and is confident, and he's going to kill it. So that's the way we all need to go to work every single day. That's the way we need to have our relationships. That's the way we need to. I almost got really crazy on this thing.
Hey,
That's how
hold
you
on.
need to go to bed, if you know what I mean.
Let's let
That's it,
him take him there for the next Clint's Corner podcast.
Right.
So here I am watching Conor, right? Very first fight in the UFC, and mind you, it is before the UFC had changed the way that they documented, almost in a way, the way that they visually aspected things. So I have like the octagon in the corner, you know, the old school octagon in the corner with the time remaining. I have like the two fighters like show up before the fight, and there's like, and the tail of the tape, you know, and it's like Conor. And here's the thing, they just about to touch gloves, and absolutely nobody in that arena gives a fuck who Conor McGregor is. Nobody cares at all. You know, it's like Conor McGregor versus Marcus Brimage, and nobody in the world. They announce Conor, and like fucking the undercard guys in that gym just barely know who he is. You know, and it's just great. It's awesome watching it because you know who Conor is now, you know, but you go back to watching, it's like, man, these people have no idea. They have no idea.
The thing is, like I said, I mean, you know, or I was trying to say is, you know, Conor is a different breed. Number one, he's always getting better. You know, his style is so different than everybody else's. So I don't really waste my time by looking at his other fights because he was great. Don't get me wrong, but he wasn't anywhere where he is now. You know, where he is now is on a completely different level. And number one, that has to do with the amount of money that he has, and the people that are surrounding him, and, you know, his celebrity, you know, having those things like GSP, you know, he had one of the best, you know, fight camps out there. And it, to me, got him, you know, to be where he was and stay there. You know, you need that in life. So he's definitely got a good fight camp. He's definitely got the right people around him that are training him the proper way to, you know, evolve in this sport in the proper way. You know, so that I enjoy, that I respect, and that is something that will, you know, keep people entertained. And, you know, he's got the voice too. So Conor's the man, you know.
So here we go. You go ahead, Matt, but I want to, if you don't mind, let me close this thing down here in one.
Well, if you're gonna close it down, then let me go.
So
real quick.
go ahead.
So this dude comes out not even being cheered by the fans. Like, honestly, like nobody knows who he is, right? But he knows who he is. He comes out, he's got his tattoos, you know, the normal tattoos people know him by now, except for that main one on his stomach. He's got the fucking gorilla on his chest. He's got the fucking medicinal shit, you know, intertwining down his back spine. He comes out and he just lays a knockout, you know, and it's just, you look at him like, man, this guy's about to go somewhere. And you look at him now like, man, when you watch that first fight, you're like, he's in just plain blue shorts. People don't even cheer when his name gets called. But yet he comes out and he just utterly demolishes the guy who, Marcus Brimage, at that time, I mean, geez, he was ready to, you know, pass Conor McGregor. He's ready to take the next step, but he just gets knocked out.
That's just, you know, crazy. That's a guy that, you know, obviously is taking it to another level, and, you know, we see where he is now, and that's just, you know, what you're talking about is like the start of his career, you know, where
we can end it now. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
He's great. He's great. He's
so to summarize,
go ahead with it. Clint's Corner. Let's go ahead and close it down. What you got?
It's not. Listen, guys, and I'm gonna say this every time I'm on this thing. Okay.
You'll be back.
Well, absolutely. But regardless, who you think you are, who you want to be, you have to prove it to yourself. And you have to do that every single day. People will respect you for that. Okay? Whether you fight for a living, or you work for a living, or you play football for a living, or whatever it may be, okay? Stick to it. Kill it. Believe in yourself because no one else will. And like you guys are saying, you get knocked down. And that's the thing. The reason why Connor's so good is because he's got his ass kicked. He's been knocked down.
Oh yeah.
He's been on the canvas, right? And he took that team that had no money, and now they have money. And now he has more people. And what we talked about in the beginning is it's your 5 people around you at all times.
Yep.
Those are the people that make you better. So surround yourself with the best people, bring a good attitude, and next week I'll let you guys know a little bit more about what happened after Javier's and after the Vegas talks, okay?
Bringing the A game.
UFC 200, we're gonna be there. Next cast though, just probably me and Jason. Just we need to get back to the original.
We will. No, for sure. For sure. We've had an abundance of guests, and I hope, everyone has enjoyed and appreciated it. We want to, mix it up at all times, but we definitely will be getting back into, the swing of things. We'll have a couple.
I was just kidding. This is Jason's show. I'm still here. I love y'all.
Clint's back in.
No, he was about to go for a minute.
He's dropped the mic, but he came back and grabbed it. So, but we appreciate everybody listening. I hope you guys enjoyed Clint's Corner. He will be back. And like I said, he will be a regular of the show.
Thank you very much.
No, of course, dude, your family. And this is APP, and we about to be
Clint,
out.
Clint, I got something for you. Okay, you ready?
Champ, tell me.
You down with APP?
Yeah, you know me.
That's right.